Welcome everybody to our latest session of the Empire of the Ghouls. As usual, we're going to do a quick recap of what occurred last session, and then we'll get underway with today's session. So team, you'll likely recall we picked up last week. You guys were in the Midnight Temple, having previously defeated all of the occupants, interrupted the wedding that was taking place there. And essentially, you were just kind of mopping things up here, looking for some additional information. You had found a trap door in the altar area, and you had gone down there. And after navigating a trap on a coffin, you had discovered quite a bit of loot, you might say, in this area, along with a note. You guys then read that note out, passed it around so everybody could take a read of it. Predominantly, what you learned from this is there's an individual by the name of Moretto Lichmark, who seemingly is somebody in charge or in some position of authority, and was congratulating Goran, the groom of the wedding, on his success, and asked Goran to bring his bride back in order so Moretto Lichmark could take a look and see how the armor fit on his bride. So with this information, you guys kind of had the sort of next leg of your journey, or at least you need to dig into this information to learn more. You also found a bunch of variety of items and coinage as well. You guys then decided to rest a bit here at the Midnight Temple to recover some of your injuries and recover some of your resources, but then pretty quickly realized with your fallen ally Runak still slain that you wanted to try to pick things up a bit and see what you could do to assist him. So thankfully, with a application of the Gentle Repose spell upon his corpse, it extended the duration that he could be affected by a Raise Dead spell. And so you guys then made your way out of the ruins of Nordheim, out of the Midnight Temple, of course. We did essentially a super fast forward at this point to really move time forward quickly. You pushed through the forest, which took you several days, noticing that the undead, while still there, they didn't seem to crowd you and push and press upon you as much as they had previously. So you made a bit better time once you got across the river. The Haldra that were with you called upon the aid of the Valkyries once again, who descended and flew you guys back the multiple day trip back to Haldramus. Once back in Haldramus, the queen there celebrated you all. You guys had an opportunity to enjoy a good night of food and drink. Grim returned the longsword and shield that had been handed over, which previously belonged to Rangrid Iron Eyes and was given back to Halfreed Iron Eyes, her sister, in order to await the next worthy member of the Haldra and take those arms into service. With that complete, you guys then realized you needed to make your way back to Jost in order to speak with Jagoda Mazurek once again. And so you hired a boatman to take you down the river and then along the shoreline, taking you over to the area known as Wolfheim. There was a port city that you found there, and you were looking for Captain Sigurd of the ship that you had previously made your way here. And you were lucky enough to track him down after a little bit of time, and then asked him to take you back to Jost, and he was agreeable with that. You guys also asked him about the mysterious passenger, and he said that that person disembarked from the vessel here in Wolfheim, and he hasn't been seen since. Once you guys made your way back to Jost proper, you quickly made your way to the Temple of Sif and filled in Jagoda on sort of the happenings. She had a scroll at her side that she was ready to present to you, but then you produced the body of Runak from the bag of holding and essentially, indicated that he had fallen. She asked if you guys were sure that Runak would want to come back, and so she used some magic to try to communicate with him, but then said it seemed as though this magic was interrupted. It was blocked from being able to contact his spirit. And so she deduced that his spirit was being kept in some kind of a pocket dimension. So he must have made some very powerful enemies, is what Jagoda explained. You guys were then told that she could use some magic to essentially transport you to this pocket dimension to try to free his soul. And if you were able to do so, then she could use some magic to bring him back to life. You would also need to procure a pretty valuable diamond from the merchants here in Jost. So you guys took care of that arrangements. And then Jagoda conjured up this magical portal. You guys stepped through it, found yourself in the pocket dimension pretty quickly. Were able to discover the body or the spirit of Runak, who was chained to the walls here. You guys were able to free him, and he was then made conscious by some healing magic and potions from you guys. But pretty quickly after freeing him, the guardians of this place, or at least that's what you suspect, realized what was happening and entered combat with you guys, trying to put a stop to this. You guys weren't familiar with these type of opponents, having not fought them before, but they had very poor looking forms to themselves, very, you might almost say, monstrous forms, very otherworldly forms, and they engaged you in combat. As they did so, you guys found yourself a little bit stretched, fighting enemies on sort of two sides. They were able to get off a few lucky hits, which was pretty painful for some of our player characters, but you guys pressed on, eventually able to defeat all these opponents, noticing with some interest that when you defeated one of them, instead of disappearing or falling to the ground and just being dead, they seemed to just go still. They didn't move, almost like they were frozen in place, and any other kind of effects upon them, any attacks or whatnot, didn't seem to do anything to them. You guys continued exploring this pocket dimension, making your way over to the eastern area, and you discovered a swirling portal. This seemed to interest you guys, and you suspected this was the way out. So some of you approached it, and one of the brave individuals, which I believe was Grim, if my memory serves correct, approached the portal and essentially stepped into it. And unfortunately, a blast of chain lightning burst forth from it, hitting 4 of you, dealing significant damage. The portal then seemed to become stilled. It was no longer swirling about. Grim tried it again, and it seemed to have no effect. So you guys continued pushing on and making your way more towards the west, where luckily Glory then spotted that same red haze that you had spotted when you first entered the pocket dimension, and this was a clue that perhaps this was the true way out. As you guys approached there was a large bluish portal in the center of the room, and before you had really much of a chance to react, a very large creature emerged from that portal and took the battle to you all. You were able to tell just by looking at this creature, its imposing presence, that this was a creature you guys really couldn't expect to defeat. You couldn't really hope to actually win it or defeat it in combat, and so you had to come up with another solution. With no obvious ways to go here, we had some team members kind of trying to fall back to avoid taking too much damage, and we had some team members pushing forward, particularly Runok, who made his way closer to this portal, tried to interact with it, but nothing seemed to happen. He then moved around the portal, having spied that there was a second portal behind the first portal, and almost made it to the portal, but couldn't quite get there. Grim then, perhaps hearing Runok's thoughts, rushed past him and moved extra quickly to then push past Runok and touch upon that green portal, at which point in time the green portal expanded forward, swallowing all of our player characters and dumping them back out in the Temple of Sif and Jost. With this complete and Runok's spirit then freed from being entrapped in the pocket dimension, Jagoda was able to conjure up some magic, restoring Runok to life, though he's still a little haggard from the effects of that spell, at which point she then handed over this letter that she wanted to give you when you first arrived, and you guys were made aware that Archduke Avgost of this land here that you're trying to free, Krakova, he has been abducted by the Empire of the Ghouls, and you've been summoned back to the kingdom in hiding, and essentially the court in hiding, to speak with the Queen of Krakova and hopefully be able to assist in recovering the Archduke. So team, that's a quick recap of what occurred last time. What did I miss, and anybody would like to
add? We went shopping, and we bought a moon sword, I believe, and we did some equipment shifting, but we went shopping, we bought a magic item.
Yes, indeed. Go and take inspiration, Grim. Right, you guys looked around for some special gear, special items, and this blade was presented to you as sort of boosting morale, bringing, light into dark places kind of things. You didn't know exactly what it did, since none of you have the identify spell, but you purchased it on faith, and it wasn't very expensive, so you were, not too worried about it. Turned out that it was a moon-touched blade, which can summon forth some light, or always summons forth some light, I should say, when it is drawn. So yeah, good addition.
I want to give... Thank you. Hey, Runok, take inspiration. I already have it.
Thank you.
Welcome.
On the shopping front, we also purchased a couple of diamonds
to be able to use Revivify. Not really
Yes.
an inspiration thing, just a note.
Fair enough. Yeah, I was going to say I was looking for a little more, but yeah, again, since one shopping thing was already done, well, good note. But yeah, Archkill.
Yep, and then just as a heads up, I did add those diamonds to my inventory, so we don't need more mishaps where things don't get added to the inventory.
Always
Um,
good.
the one thing I have, I did not hear it, but I might have missed it. Is that, but I don't recall hearing in the recap Radomir Marrowblight, a name that we've heard vaguely before, and we know that Vukas Shroudson was the spy master of Radomir Marrowblight. Radomir Marrowblight is the high priest of Vardasane, the hunger god.
Yes, and do you recall where you saw or heard Radomir's name last session?
I want to say it's when we were searching that room, but that doesn't sound right.
Searching which room?
The basement or the trapdoor room.
Yes, good enough. Yep. So that name was also on the letter, so you can take inspiration as well, Archgale. This was on the letter that was to Gorin. Essentially, Moretto Lichmark was explaining that this task that was being handed down was going to be impactful, and he said he would pass your regards to Radomir when next I see him, as well as my compliments for your excellent service. So yes, his name indeed did come back up again. Anybody else? All right, hearing nothing else, let's get you guys back into action. You are currently in Jost, having just wrapped up some shopping there, as already described. You know that you've been pointed in the direction of the Stonemasons Guild, who supposedly has some ability to move people quickly. All right, so we find the group back here in Jost, probably in the Gods Market, as you guys have just done some shopping. You've been told that the Stonemasons Guild is just here outside of the Gods Market. Is there anything else you're wanting to do here in Jost, Gods Market or otherwise, before making your way to the Stonemasons Guild?
Did we get a long rest since we came out of the portal and all that?
You have not. No, you exited the portal and then immediately did like shopping and stuff like that, so it has not been a night.
Did I get the sword? Who has that? The Moon Touch sword.
Ooh, whose character sheet is it on?
I believe it is for me, right? It was because it was a great sword.
Yeah, that sounds right.
All right, just double checking that I had it in my possession.
Do we need any healing potions of any kind? I know that some people have definitely gulped some down.
Yeah, we could buy some. Maybe also some supplies to craft some magic scrolls.
I think I remember someone saying we probably need rope or something like that too. I don't know what supplies we may need, so you may have already purchased it, during the down week.
Yeah, so I didn't add anything that would be considered magical to the sheet. If we can, I would like to buy calligraphy supplies and maybe like 100 gold worth of magic ink and paper to be able to craft. And then I don't know, maybe we can buy like 4 potions of healing if we could find that.
Yep, if it's PHB stuff, you can find it for PHB prices here in Jost.
Okay, sounds good. I'll add all that to the bag of holding, and I guess rope as well.
While he's doing that, I kind of want to ask around and see how this kidnapping actually went down. Like, what are the rumors people are saying, or anything like that?
This is just like random townsfolk you're talking to?
Yeah, like just I know that last session you said that everyone was kind of jumpy and on edge over the kidnapping of the Archduke, but I just want to hear people talking about it, and if they are, what are they saying or anything like that.
Okay, fair enough. Go ahead and throw me a persuasion check as you talk around town, see what you can find. So you find that most people don't have any kind of specialized knowledge of this, as you're asking just some folks, hey, did you hear about this? How did you hear that it went down? They mostly all just say like, oh yeah, some people, bad people came in and took him. And when you ask for more specific details, they're kind of giving you a lot of shrugs. As you keep speaking around, maybe spend 20, 30 minutes in this area chatting with different folks, you do start to hear some random things. You'll hear some people say like he was abducted in the middle of the city during the day, like he was out essentially shopping and just vanished. And so they're speculating that he was just grabbed and taken. Other people will say, no, it happened during night in his own secured area. They must have used magic and got in and got out really quickly. And then you start hearing even more outlandish things like they overheard that a dragon with dark wings landed on a building silently and then grabbed him in his mouth and flew away. And you start wondering, how could any of these actually be true, the ones that are really specific? And it's hard to say what might be true or not, but there's definitely a lot of speculation.
I know we're in the midst of shopping and probably very eager to get into the stonemasons. But do we want to go to where the Archduke was staying and maybe see what they know?
Yeah, I don't think that would be a bad idea.
And maybe we could take our own look around, maybe deduce kind of what's going on.
I don't know. He's been taken. We kind of have a pretty good idea by who. To what end would we have a better idea of a tactic or a prep?
Yeah, that's true. It's probably a bit redundant.
Well, you're the knight of Krakova, and you might have some privileges. Maybe someone has an eyewitness account, and you have to listen to all this rabble make up stories. You get a real eyewitness account, maybe.
Wow, rabble. That's a big word for you, Grim.
Rabble? I had that for breakfast.
No, I think that's gravel.
Oh. Dang it.
Yeah, I think it might... I don't know. I don't know if there's anything we would learn that would really help us, though.
I say we do it. Show your knighthood around. See if it gives you any access.
Okay, sure.
All right, where are you going to go to hopefully speak to the Archduke's people?
I know that he was staying in an inn and that he invited me there for dinner one time, so that is where I would like to go.
Sure, yep. So you'll probably maybe recall at least a little bit when you guys first brought the Archduke here, he did mention that there was a particular inn he was a big fan of and that he would go there and, have some good meals, and he invited then Archgale to attend him there as well. So yeah, you make your way back to this inn. Is this the full team going, or is this just Archgale?
I don't know. It depends if they like orcs in this hoity-toity place.
Yeah, will they invite us in?
So as you guys wander up to that area, I can tell you that no one seems to take too much of a pause at seeing your group. This is a very sort of metropolitan kind of area, or cosmopolitan, I should say. So there's a lot of different folks of different backgrounds in the area, and you don't really stick out.
Let's all go. We're the heroes together.
Do I get little sandwiches with the crust cut off already?
And I'll make sure to pin my patch of knighthood on my tabard before we enter to signify I am who I am.
All right, fair enough. So you make your way back to that inn, and I was trying to pull the name of the inn up real quick, but it's buried in the module somewhere, so I'll find it eventually. But you make your way back to that inn and start speaking around, just chatting with some of the folks there. One of the innkeepers who's attending to some of the different patrons will kind of point you to the corner, and he'll say that one of the Archduke's associates is still here, still kind of shocked how everything went. His name is Delver, and you can speak with him. He kind of nods you over to the corner there.
Okay, I'll walk up to Delver.
All right. As you approach, you notice a younger man, maybe in his late 20s. You can see he's looking pretty tired, like he hasn't really slept much, kind of blood red eyes. And you see he just looks up at you as you're approaching. You see he's got this bowl of soup in front of him. He has like a spoonful of chicken and noodles on the spoon as he sees you approaching. And he just sets it back down and folds his hands in his lap as he looks at you.
Greetings. I am Sir Archgale, and I hear you were with the Archduke.
You see he sort of watches you for a moment and then looks rudely at Laud as he takes his soup and then looks back and says, yes, I am.
Do you mind? I know this must have been a horrible event, but do you mind if I ask you a couple of questions?
You see he kind of looks at you carefully once again. I suppose so. I recall the Archduke speaking of you once before, Sir Archgale.
Yes, I saved his life during a great battle, and I plan to do so again. So any information that you can tell me about who kidnapped him and where they maybe took him and anything we should know about.
Go ahead and throw me a persuasion check as you're kind of giving the spiel.
I'll use my inspiration.
Okay.
Okay, so that was really useful.
You notice he kind of nods slowly and he says, well, I'll tell you what I can, but of course I'm trying to keep things under wraps. You never know who's listening. You see he kind of looks around.
I'll nod in agreement with him and go, yes, there are many spies of many enemies around, I understand. But anything that you can tell us will be extremely helpful.
Okay, I will do what I can.
So what can you tell me about the kidnappers? I assume there were kidnappers.
I didn't see much. I just heard a ruckus inside the Archduke's quarters, and when I tried to make my way there, his guards are also a bit confused, and by the time I finally got entry into the room, he was gone. There were signs of a struggle, but I didn't see much.
Did you find anything of note in his room?
Nothing that seemed to stick out, no.
No windows left open, nothing like that?
There was a window open, yes, but we don't know if it was open from the outside and then he was taken out that way or what exactly happened.
Would you mind if we took a look at the room?
It has been thoroughly thrown. It's been several days since that occurred, so I'm afraid, well, you're not going to find anything we didn't find.
Hi, Grim. How are you? So was he acting strange in the few days before this happened? Was he talking about anything in particular, or was he behaving strange or switching up his patterns a little bit?
No, the Archduke has always been overly confident in his abilities and knowing what it is he needed to do, and I didn't notice any change in his behavior.
Well, what was he doing then?
Just his typical kind of routine. He spent a lot of time in his quarters. He met with various folks. There was an ambassador from the dwarf king here not too long ago. I know they chatted for a bit. I heard him getting quite loud with a couple of different folks who attended upon him. It seemed as though he was really trying to make a push for something. He doesn't always share all of his plans with me, and I don't think it was going so well. It seemed as though he was getting a little bit frantic, perhaps, but other than that, I didn't really notice much difference.
Well, does anyone else have any other questions? Maybe something I missed?
I guess maybe just ask, excuse me, sir. Just my name is Barnaby. I'm wondering, was there any particular threats or anything that you guys were being cautious about, or was this pretty much unexpected?
Well, we've known that the Archduke has been a target ever since he was brought here, and before, really. I mean, the forces of the undead will do anything they can to get their hands on the Archduke, and I'm sure they've tried many times, and it's just this time, unfortunately, they succeeded. So I can't say that there was a specific threat we were aware of, other than just the general threat coming from the undead.
Well, let me ask you this question. I know that the Archduke is obviously a major target. Why kidnap him instead of outright murdering him? I don't see the benefit in that.
I suspect that they want to try to get whatever information from him they can. The Archduke was privy to the Council in Hiding's plans, knows of its resources, knows what it has to bring to bear against the forces of evil. I'm suspecting that they want to try to get whatever information from him they can, and he probably won't survive much longer once they suspect he has divulged everything critical that he knows.
Then the entire council's at risk. Oh, we should probably make haste then.
Yes, if you're trying to assist him, you're far, far behind. It's going to take you, I can't even tell you which direction to point you in, to be honest. So, and regardless, you're multiple days behind whoever took him. So it's a bit of a needle in a haystack.
We have some other leads at the moment, but as you said, there are many spies, so we will not discuss such things here.
You see he nods. I wish you luck, as hopefully you can find some success. And yes, it did take me that long to find the name. It's Uncommon Porpoise was the name of the inn here.
Uncommon Porpoise, all right. Thank you, and be steadfast. Sir Archgale will bring back the Archduke.
You see he gives a nod. Go with the grace of the gods, and hopefully luck is on your side, Sir Archgale.
Well, that's everything I had, so anyone else need to go anywhere?
No, so where are we going next?
Stonemasons, it sounds like.
Yeah, okay.
Anyone else find it strange that we're going to the stonemasons for transportation? I would think docks for transportation. What possible mode of transport would stonemasons have?
Jagoda said it was bizarre, but they had some weird means of faster travel.
Hey, go ahead.
I was gonna say maybe they made like secret tunnels or something.
I was going to say my sister, she's a druid, and she's moved through trees before. So I mean, maybe they've got stone druids.
Yeah, maybe they have like a magic circle or something.
Guess we'll find out soon enough.
All right, so you guys do some last minute shopping there in the Gods Market. And then I assume you're ready to make your way to the Stonemasons Guild?
Yep, that's correct.
All right, fair enough. So it's a little bit later as you guys have rounded up everything that you needed to do, and then you make your way there. Once you arrive and sort of meet the attendants at the door, you explain, you want to speak to somebody in charge. They kind of usher you in a little bit. You notice this fussy-looking bald male dwarf with an oiled black beard and thick spectacles greets you as you approach, and he says, "What is it that I can do for you?"
Jagoda sent us here.
Oh, you're the group then. Oh, I see. Yes. Well, you do certainly fit the part. Well, right this way. The guild mistress is ready for you. Best not to make her wait.
Okay.
All right, and he moves further into this large building, kind of turning down these stone corridors as he makes his way around a corner. You notice various dwarves kind of moving back and forth, kind of chatting. It seems to be mostly worker kind of chat, nothing that really sticks out to you. As he leads you guys through the area of back corridors of this hall, you notice you come to an area with this like pennant above the door, and he nods and says, "Oh, this is her office here. Feel free to head on in."
Okay, thank you kindly.
All right, as you step in, you notice a dwarven woman who's wearing a wine-colored dress paired with sturdy leather boots, and she has light brown hair, which is coiled into a high bun. You notice she has this long cream-colored stole embroidered with gray runes draped over her shoulders. She seems to be examining a schematic or blueprint of some kind when you enter. You notice just in looking about that her office seems quite tidy, and she's currently sitting at this stone table that looks very organized and has arrangement of cubes of different types of minerals. As you kind of make your way in, she motions to these chairs laid before her desk, and she says, Sit now, take a seat."
Don't mind if I do.
You notice her lips then curl into a smile that doesn't quite reach her eyes. "You have important friends. What can the Stonemasons Guild do for you?"
Well, we were told to come here to seek a means of travel. We're to meet with the Queen.
"The Queen? Could you be more specific, young man?"
Yes, as soon as I remember her name. Ursula.
You notice she slowly nods. Go ahead and give me a persuasion check here, Archgale.
I got nothing on the persuasion today.
You see she steeples her fingers for a moment. Not quite... it's quite lacking in detail, if I do say so myself, but if Jagoda sent you here, I presume it is important. Yes, I suppose we could offer some assistance in this matter. I know where it is that you're trying to go to, though I must say it is quite expensive, this matter of travel. What do you have to offer?
I don't recall Jagoda saying anything about us having to pay.
You notice she smiles slightly. "Oh, Jagoda thought that I would just do the service to you for free. Well, she certainly should know better. It is quite expensive, as I've already said." If anybody would like to make a intelligence/memory check here, I'll allow one of you guys to do that.
Oh, that won't be me, folks. Someone else. Go ahead. Barter up there.
I'm not very wise, but I'm somewhat intelligent. I suppose I can try that.
Oh, I do have... Wait, you said wisdom or intelligence?
Nope, intelligence check. This is essentially a memory check.
Okay. I have a +0 in that, so go ahead.
Caliban, you recall that the note that Jagoda gave to you had an enclosed platinum ring, and you'll remember the note said the enclosed signet should purchase your swift transit at the Hall of Masons.
We must have all had some sort of dimension sickness because I don't remember that at all. But the note, guys, who has the note? I think there was a ring in there for payment.
Probably in the bag of holding.
Yeah. If it's not written down, I will burn my inspiration to find it.
You guys let me know. I trust you to manage the stuff. If nobody written down, then yeah, you can certainly do that and produce the platinum ring.
All right, I'll do that.
All right, you hand it over to her, and you see she looks at it and kind of scoffs for a moment, but then you see she picks up this little magnifying glass that is on her desk, and you see she looks at it very carefully, and she rotates it slowly, and then you see her mouth kind of like quivers slightly, and she looks back up at you. Ah, well, yes, this will do nicely, quite nicely, in fact. Excellent. Well, yes, we can certainly assist you in this matter. Please follow me. You see she takes the ring and places it in her pocket.
Follow her.
All right. You guys walk down another corridor after she opens the door in the back of her office, kind of meets up with another hallway, and then she takes you down. You can feel yourself descending further into the ground. And then you find yourself into this large room that has these 4 stone pillars with these sort of strange runes embossed upon them. And you notice in the middle of these 4 is a large runic circle. And you see she says, stay right there for just a moment. I've got to prime it. And you see she moves over and starts touching the runes in different areas, kind of moves some things and moves with fingers on this rune, jumps to the other rune, does a little bit more. Yes, that should do it. All right, step on in.
Would I know what this is? I'm thinking it's a teleportation circle, but
give me an Arcana check. Nah, you're not quite sure. I mean, it looks magical.
Does it remind us of the ones that we've seen before, like for the Fey Road?
It does not.
Hey, Barnaby, is this sort of like what your sister does?
Oh, I don't know. This is pretty cool though. I mean, it's different, right? She just touches a tree and she's disappeared, but that's like fey magic and stuff. This is way different, but cool. This is cool.
Yeah. What kind of magic is this?
The fast kind.
I like fast magic.
Now come on, I don't have all day.
Hurt?
Get in the middle. Only
is it gonna hurt?
Only if you don't hold your breath.
Okay.
Wait, it hurts if we don't hold our breath, or if we do hold our breath? Oh,
All right, you guys are all pretty quickly
Not a problem.
ushered into the center circle there. And you'll notice that as you're all clearly standing in, and she kind of moves around the sides, making sure no elbows or arms are extended past the circle, she goes to the final stone and just kind of taps it in an area. And you notice the circle just kind of swirls momentarily, and it's just a blink of an eye. You realize she's not there anymore, and you are in a completely different room. You notice that a dwarf kind of looks up, and he sees you. He's chewing on a piece of bread, and he says, "Out that door. You'll find yourself outside. Go where you got to go."
Where are we?
Where are we? Yeah.
Where are you trying to get to? Maybe that's the better question.
The queen.
Which queen?
Ursula.
I don't know where that is. What? Can you give me a city name or something?
Hey, Ghost.
Jost, you are quite far from Jost, my friend.
No, we just came from Jost.
Didn't we came from...
Where? If we're far from Jost, where are we now?
You're kind of close to Hirschberg, kind of close to Carriessen, kind of close to Castle Realm. You're a distance away from the Black Fortress. You're not too far from Guybick. Like I said, if you want to tell me where you're going, I can give you better directions.
Oh, our letter just said that we need to get travel to Ursula, the Queen of Krakova.
Does anybody happen to recall where the court in exile was?
Yeah, let me check my notes really quickly. Kerosene?
Harrison.
Car
Yes,
Cariasin.
indeed. So as you say that, you'll see he says, yeah, just exit out the door. It's about an hour's walk northeast.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah, thanks. We've been just walking and walking, so we get kind of lost with this big map. Thank you.
Happens all the time. No worries. All right.
Okay, bye.
You guys make your way out, find yourself out in the open air. You see it's a little bit warmer here than it just was in Jost, no longer right against the water, not getting buffeted by those cold airs crossing across the strait. You guys then have this 1 hour walk, presumably, to make your way to Carriessen, and sure enough, that is just about what it turns out to be. A little bit over an hour, you find yourself on the outskirts of Carriessen. All right, as a quick reminder for Curiosity, this is kind of a small rundown, not terribly rundown, but definitely not a fancy type of town or anything like that. There's a little bit of defenses in this area, but not too much. And there's a lot of refugees here that are really, clogging up the area, you might say. You're going to notice that since the last time you were here, not much has changed. It seems like they're still dealing with a lot of the refugee issue. There's the sort of like a keep on a hill here, and you know that is where you spotted the court in exile previously. So you guys make your way in, just pretty much have to give basic information so that they will let you in. Make your way up to the hill, talk to the guard there, let him know what you're here for, and he takes you to the waiting room once again. This is the same waiting room you've been in before, and you might recall Grim decided to get a little bit explory and exited and kind of started poking around, but this time you don't wait in this room nearly as long before an attendant comes to collect you and directs you back to the court in exile. Same chamber as before that you find yourself standing in after that time.
And I'll put on my patch on my tabard to show it proudly when I'm in their presence.
All right, fair enough. You find yourself in the chamber here with the court in exile, but of course you will notice the Archduke is no longer here. Of course, not unexpectedly so. As you are ushered in, you will notice the Queen looks towards you, pretty quickly speaking as you enter. She'll say, "Thank you for arriving with such haste. Time is short, so I will be brief. Archduke Avgast has been taken by the enemy. Our reports indicate that he is being taken directly to Vandekul, where a grisly fate no doubt awaits him after a lengthy period of interrogation. I beseech you to rescue him. The Archduke is privy to all the court's efforts to return Krakova to the living. Our enemies will be able to counter our every move if Avgast is allowed to languish in their care. Travel in the Ghoul Imperium is nearly impossible for the living, but I feel the dwarves of the Black Fortress may be able to assist you in making your preparations."
What's the quickest way there?
You notice Lord Alzano Cavanto now speaks up. "Well, you can use the Fey Road that you used last time. Instead of heading to the north, you can head to the south. There's an exit nearby the Black Fortress, quite well."
Yeah, that sounds like a good idea. The last time we went on the Fey Roads, though, we got attacked and we got forced to, pay basically a toll. Well, can we get a little upfront money to deal with that?
I think what would be more beneficial is to find a guide to take you on the Shadow Roads, the Fey Road. That would probably be better in helping you avoid those kind of complications.
Do you have one of those?
Not handy, but if you head on into the tavern, you can sometimes find guides there. Quite esoteric folk, in fact, but if you ask around, I'm sure you can find somebody who has some knowledge of the ways.
Why hasn't the court relocated somewhere, just in case everything goes wrong? Wouldn't they know exactly where to come and find you, the ghouls?
You notice the queen shakes her head slowly. Unfortunately, there is no time to discuss such matters. Once the Archduke is returned, we can turn our attention to other things.
Then we will make haste. He personally knighted me, so I owe it to him.
You notice she
And it's
nods
just the right
slowly.
thing to do.
She nods slowly, eyeing your badge as you say that. Well, if there are no other questions that you have, then we'll make this a very quick meeting. Yes, I suggest you take Lord Elzano's suggestion and head into town and see what it is that you can do finding a guide.
Can I get the name of the place that she spoke of again?
Which place do you mean?
Where the Archduke is being taken.
Oh, yes, yep. And in fact, I'll go ahead and just drop what she said here for you right into chat. All right, while I'm doing some copying and pasting here, are there any other questions for the Queen or the court? All right, hearing nothing then, you will be pretty quickly ushered out of this room. And yeah, you were directed essentially to the tavern in town here.
All right, let's go find one of these weird shadow rangers.
Yeah.
So Lod, you traveled the Shadow Road as well?
Yeah, I've been across it once or twice, but I don't like it.
Yeah, we did it once. It was like you said, it was rough.
Yeah, it's pretty scary. There's lots of monsters and stuff.
Can I ask the court what Van Dickhole is? Is it a city, a keep, a prison?
We will assume you asked that briefly before you were ushered out. Vandicule is what is known as the so-called Pure City. You can think of it as the capital of the Empire of the Ghouls.
Yeah, only the undead live there, really.
And that's where we're supposed to go? That can't be good.
We haven't been going to nice places for a while. Kind of used to it.
I suppose. It does seem to be getting worse though, doesn't it?
Yeah, kinda. Let's go find a Fey Ranger.
Okay.
I think you should lead the point on that one.
Okay. Just burst into the tavern.
All right, you make your way into the
Are
tavern.
you a guide? Are you a guide?
You notice as you enter, it's a little bit quiet in here. Not as many people on the inside. There are several refugees kind of on the outside begging people as they come in or exit. But you guys managed to make your way inside of the inn there and notice, again, a little bit quieter inside. You see the bartender kind of up front notices you approaching and says, "Oh, what can I get you?"
2 beers and a guide for the Fey Road.
You notice he kind of chuckles. "Oh, 2 beers? That one's pretty easy. Guide for the Fey Road. Guide for the Fey Road. Oh, actually, yes. I think I can probably help with that. Hang on a moment. Ollie! Ollie, get over here!" And you notice you hear some like movement in the back, and then this little kid pops out, and he says, "Go get that lady. Where did she say she was at? Go grab her." And he says, "You really? I don't want to go talk to her. She's scary." "It's fine. It's fine. Go get her. Bring her here." And you notice the kid kind of looks, ugh, and then scurries out.
Thank goodness, I thought the kid was going to be the ranger for a second.
I don't know, man. Those Fey are sometimes they're trapped in the bodies of little kids.
All right, those 2 beers are slid over to you. Are you guys grabbing a table here or just waiting sort of at the counter?
Lod's just gonna pound these drinks as he waits at the counter.
Let's get a table.
As you're doing so, you notice the bartender holds up two fingers and points at Copper.
I'll hand him a gold piece.
He gives you a big smile. Oh, anything else I can get you, sir?
No, I'm okay for now.
Well,
Maybe a beer for the road.
Absolutely. I'll put it in a horn for you. Make it easier to travel.
Thank you.
All right.
Not sure if you need
Barnaby,
to do that, sir. I don't expect that beer is going to travel very far except into the Lod's belly.
all right, Barnaby, are you kind of ushering everybody over to a table?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, if we sit here at the counter, I mean, there's too many of us. I won't be able to hear who's down at the end.
Okay, fine. Lot'll waddle over to a table.
Do they have any chips?
As you're pondering this, you notice a waitress does make her way over and gives you a little bit of kind of like what they have to offer. Obviously, they've got ale, they've got beer. As far as food goes, she mentions that they have roasted duck at the moment. They do have several different potato dishes and some other root vegetables on menu, and says, if you would like anything, just let me know. I can just bring a bunch of stuff, put it in the middle if you like. Oh, yes, certainly. Yeah. I'll bring out a platter of a little bit of everything for you then.
Great idea.
Yeah, that sounds good.
All right.
Who knows when we get hot food again? Let's do it.
That'll be 2 gold pieces for the feast.
I'll take care of that, folks. This one's on me.
You notice she takes your 2 coins, but she doesn't look you in the eye, Barnaby. She just takes them and scurries off back behind the counter. All right, it's
She was afraid she was gonna fall in love. I know.
It's only a couple of moments later before you notice Ollie makes his way back in, and then he's like, they're right there, and then kind of moves further, and then you notice the doors open once again, and you notice this interesting woman enters. The first thing that probably draws your eye is that she doesn't look like your average kind of person.
Oh, hey, look, Cal, it's one of your peoples.
One of my whoa, oh my, he's gorgeous.
Oh, here he goes again.
This seems to happen every time.
Go get him, Slayer.
You see she turns and looks towards you, your group, and she seems to like say something to herself, and then takes a couple of steps forward. Says, are you the group that is looking for a guide?
Yes.
I charge 20 gold pieces. Where exactly is it that you are going?
The road for the Fey Road. Yeah, that's where we're going.
Well, we have to go through there. That's why we need the guide. We're going to the Black Fortress.
Okay, that is short enough travel then. 20 gold pieces.
Okay, and I'll hand her a bag of gold.
She takes the money. When do you wish to leave?
As soon as possible.
Don't we need a long rest?
In the morning.
We should rest.
Yeah.
So maybe tomorrow morning?
I will meet you here in the morning at sunrise. And you see she turns and walks out.
Well, that was productive.
Oh, wow. Not only is she pretty, but she's not a talker either. That's great.
She's amazing.
My kind of woman. Just straight to the point.
Uh-oh.
Hey, what?
Not like I'm shopping here, but it's about time. Just straight to business. That's how we work in the orc world.
I'm glad to see you got over, what's her name, right?
Yeah. What was her name?
Uh-huh.
Nice.
All right, so the staff in this area bring around that platter with the feast, a bunch of different foods and drinks all set in front of you so that you guys can enjoy.
Speaking of names, did we even get her name?
Doesn't matter, as Vlad is stuffing his face with food.
Doesn't matter, you're right. Nom, nom, nom.
I don't know why we didn't pay her in the morning, but I'm sure she's going to show up.
Oh, no. Oh.
Yeah, we didn't. No one gave her gold, right?
Yeah, we did.
Yeah, someone did.
Lord's happy because he's eating. Look at all this food. He's had a couple of beers. Give him a break.
I
He
like
saw
food.
he saw leather and just said, "Okay, here you go. Here's my money. Take it."
Yeah. Usually you try to give them like half now, half late at the end. That way they don't screw you.
I don't know. Whenever I get paid for a show, I show up.
I suppose for being a tiefling guide, she probably is well known and would stand out.
Hey, speaking of shows, isn't this your environment, Lord? I don't think we've ever had a time to relax where you get to show some of your talents.
Well, I mean, I gotta finish eating first, but okay.
Yeah, well, yeah, of course. Are you gonna finish that? Or are you gonna eat that?
Well, this is mine. You can get your own.
Okay, fine.
I think we need to sit Laud and Grim at different spots on the table for fear of somebody losing a hand.
All right, so it sounds like you guys are enjoying the foods here, and then Laud, you're trying to regale the attendance here of the bar with some music or a performance of some type.
Yeah, let's. I don't know. I'll just play some random song. Maybe making up some heroics from what we just did at the temple. You know, defeating the ghouls and the vampires. Something along those lines.
Make it up. No, that was real heroics. You know, you can't make up art.
Embellish it a little bit.
Okay.
All right, are you trying to just kind of do, an average kind of thing, or are you really trying to go for the gusto and do something incredibly impressive here?
No, I would say just kind of regular. Just playing a song. Nothing crazy.
Fair enough. All right, yeah. So you play this song, singing some of the lyrics. You'll notice some of the people here around look pretty impressed, and they kind of watch you. And some will clap or tap their foot along. Others are kind of just eating their food and just glance at you every now and again, sort of thing. Yeah, you do serviceably. No real issues here. And you can see that most of the folks seem to enjoy this. So with this food and drink having been had, is there anything particular you guys are doing here in Carrie Essen before you're finding some lodgings for the night and then regrouping in the morning?
We just stay here. It's okay.
Yeah, this looks fine.
All right.
Do they have rooms?
You inquire with the innkeeper if they have any rooms here. He mentions that this is really just like a bar. They don't have like attached holdings, but if you're really desperate, he says he can rent out the stable area for you. You'll just be sleeping like in hay and that sort of thing. It's nothing all that comfortable, but you'll at least be sheltered from the elements.
But we can set up my hut. But we can do that in there. It's pretty comfy.
I'm good with hay. Doesn't matter.
I am fine wherever we go.
Yeah.
Okay, that sounds fine.
All right.
I prefer the term unalive.
Okay. All right.
He is going to charge you 1 gold piece for essentially renting out his stable, but then you are ushered inside, and yeah, it's pretty big. It's dusty, and there's occasionally animal droppings in certain areas, but it's not terrible. And especially if you conjure up the hut, that makes it quite good. Those of you that are inside, if you're outside of the hut sleeping in the hay, again, not uncomfortably so. It's a little chilly in the night, but if you bundle yourself up either with a sleeping bag or pile some of the hay on top of yourself, it's serviceable. We will pass time into the morning. Yep, you guys can apply a long rest here.
And then I would do the song and the inspiring leader. So everybody's gonna get 10 temporary HP, and then I'll hand out inspiration to let's say Runok, Caliban, and Glory this time.
I already have inspo.
Then
I already have it as well.
okay, well then I guess everybody would end up with inspiration then if you guys already have it, because me and Archgill also get it, so everybody should have inspiration.
Cool.
All right.
And again, the temp hit points was everybody but me, right? I rolled my
Yep.
own.
Yeah.
It's been a long time since I've heard this and gotten these temp HPs.
Just remember, Runak, with your raised debt, I think it was a -4 to everything, and it gets reduced by 1 every long rest. So there's 1 long rest. You're down to -3 on everything.
Okay. How do I apply that? Is there a way for me to do it easily on the sheet?
Probably not easily. You'd have to build an effect like the exhaustion effect and just do it as a -3. And then once it goes down, change it to -2, that sort of thing. Otherwise, we can just remember it. I'm sure I'll remember it, at least for now.
Okay.
Okay, you guys wake up in the morning in the stables here. Anything you're doing before making your way inside the bar?
Also, I have not been paying attention to this. It is 13 temp HP now because it is my level plus the modifier, which I use to level it up. So it's a +5 for the modifier, and we're level 8 now. So it's 13.
Sweet.
Okay, yeah.
Nice. I feel gooder.
More better.
All right, guys. Anything else you're doing before making your way inside? Okay, I'm going to assume that's a no.
I'm just doing the disguise self thing that I'm just constantly doing to not look like a ghoul.
And are you looking like what?
More normal halfling, Runok.
Okay, and is it safe to assume you had that applied when you came in here previously?
Yes. Yeah. So since I've come back from the dead, sort of, it's just been looking like when they met him, how he looked.
Fair enough. All right. So you guys make your way back into the bar. As you are, you notice the same woman leaning against the door, and you see she looks at you as you enter, and she says, "It's past sunrise. Are you ready?"
Ready, Freddy?
Let's go. She exits.
Well, we don't know if your name is Freddy, but what is your name? We didn't get your name.
The doors are kind of swinging as she's already out, but if you rush after her and ask her that question, she will say, "You can call me Selvin."
Nice.
Selvin.
You're traveling with heroes, Selvin. Let's do this.
You notice she looks at you a bit oddly as you say that, but she doesn't say anything. And then she says, "I assume we are taking the closest door?"
Whatever gets us there the fastest.
And you see she,
I assume you know where we're going.
of course, and she makes her way to the same door that you guys have entered once before. You will recall that Lord Alano directed you to this door previously. It's sort of like on the outskirts of Carriessen against this one wall. And you notice that she approaches it, and you see as she stands up to it, she turns around 3 times, and then she pulls open this green door from the wall where it didn't look like there was a door before. And she motions for you all to enter.
Oh boy. Let's go.
All right.
I go in and I strap on my shield.
All right, you step through, finding yourselves in this sort of shadowy area that you have been once before. As you enter, you feel that strange kind of ambiance in this place where everything is dark. You notice there's sort of like ethereal wisps moving past you. You get this sense almost of like an oppressive cover. There's not really clear lines of sight in any direction. Even those of you with dark vision, there are certain areas that are just unexplainably dark. You can see that there is this sort of loose path, and you see she starts moving forward.
I will cast light on myself as we're walking through. I assume it's dark in here, right?
It is indeed.
The last one. Yep. Okay.
I'll allow you to apply that should it become an issue in a battle map. But yeah, you do so, and that gives you some ability to see around here. You'll notice that Selvin is taking the lead and sort of marching down the road.
How's that new sword?
I will unsheath, or I will, I'll just summon the new Moonblade Greatsword to my hand.
Okay, and much as you expect, the light emits, which is 15-foot radius and 15 dim, so 15 bright, 15 dim, out in that area. As you do so, you'll notice that Sullivan kind of looks towards you a little bit blinded and steps out of the bright light and says, "Careful with that. You're in the shadow realm. This is a Fey road. You don't want to cause any unnecessary attention."
What about him? He casts light on himself. Look at him. I'm just doing the same thing. All right, fine. I was just testing my new cool sword.
She narrows her eyes and says, "But you should know better."
I do. I can still have fun, though. The Runak will sheath the sword.
She scoffs and continues moving down the path.
How disappointing, Runak.
I'm disappointed
What?
in him too.
What? What did I do? Ah, jeez.
Come on, represent, man.
All right, you guys walk down this path through this very strange looking environment, seeing all this sort of darkness and shadow and wisp all around you. You make your way, traveling for quite a while. It seems like you've been on this road for an hour, and then another hour, and then another hour. Other than the noise you are making yourselves, it is very quiet nearby you. Occasionally you will hear something strange off in the distance, but Selvin doesn't seem to have any concern with this and just continues moving on. She is scanning the area pretty carefully, but the sounds don't seem to draw her attention. She is very much focused on the road. About another hour passes by when you're in this sort of bend in this area, when you hear the snap of a bowstring and you see an arrow flies really quickly by your face. As you're all kind of looking around and trying to figure out what exactly it is to do, you'll notice Sullivan grabs the bow off of her back and puts it in sort of to a readied position as she kneels down a bit, like trying to get a little lower to the ground.
Yeah, Runak will summon the sword to his hand again because there's no surprise here.
Oh boy. If this is like a combat thing, or if I have time, I would cast Mage Armor on myself.
Dodge.
You can't dodge because we're not in combat, but sure, you can cast Mage Armor.
Okay. Sorry, not Mage Armor. Mirror Image is what I meant.
Then I'd hide.
Because I do not have Mage Armor.
Okay, yep, sure, you can cast Mirror Image. That's just an action, right?
Correct, yep.
I will find an area where I can, get even smaller, kind of like on one knee.
I will not hide. I'll walk up to Selvin. What is this? What do you see?
And you see she puts a finger to her lips and says, "Shh."
Okay.
A moment goes by, and then another, and then another. It seems very still here. You see she's looking around, and she's looking in that direction. And you see she kind of peers and backs up a little bit and puts her hand up to you guys to do the same.
Going back.
Okay. I do.
I follow her instructions.
Same.
She turns back and whispers and says, "I don't see anything. Do any of you?"
I mean, look, I have 120 feet of dark vision. Does that help?
If you're trying to look around carefully, you can throw a perception check.
I would like to as well. I don't know if you're allowing more than one person.
Sure, you can.
I just want everyone to know that wasn't like a 3 or something. My first roll of the day was a 17. Just pointing that out in case that doesn't happen again today. Carl.
Dice are hot.
Okay, so Grim and Barnaby, as you're looking around carefully, you'll notice kind of like a little bit of sign of movement to your northwest, and suddenly another arrow flies. And as that arrow flies past you, not even close to hitting you, it is a good, I would say, 10 feet away from your group's position, you suddenly then hear the sound of some movement. I'm going to go ahead and move you guys to a different map here. I'm going to give you an opportunity to adjust your current positioning.
Sylvan, northwest.
I'm seeing like cloud fog, so I can't really tell how to position myself.
Well, you can feel free to apply light to yourself, as I mentioned, once I move you to a battle map, and that's going to allow you to see a bit.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah, I've narrowed this area here a bit, just so you can adjust yourself where you'd like to be or where you think you'd be marching. Again, you can feel free to put yourself anywhere in this block because you guys had some times to, move yourself around. How long does mirror image last? Is it still just a minute?
It is 1 minute, yes.
Okay, so unfortunately that has elapsed already before the second arrow flung through this area.
Okay.
All right, just pausing to see if we have any more movement. And okay, I'm gonna go ahead and lock the tokens. I'm gonna remove this area. All right, so as this next arrow flies to the southwest, you suddenly hear some movement coming from the south now, and I'm gonna put us all into initiative order. Well, it looks like that's, I don't think that script worked properly. Bear with me one moment. Yeah, that is not working properly, so ignore those numbers.
No.
First time I'm above a 10. It didn't work right.
Not only was it 10, it was a nat 20.
Yeah, unfortunately, it looks like the script reverted back to the default, so it's not using any modifiers or anything like that. It's just a natural D20 roll without mods. Just have to restart the sandbox real quick, and that will fix it. Since you guys already rolled, if you want to keep what you rolled, I'm okay with that. Just adjust your total number based on what your mod would be.
Sure.
It's based on Dex mod, right?
Yes. All right, looks like that is working now. Okay, I'm assuming everybody wanted to keep what they rolled. I'm seeing mostly good numbers here, so I've resorted the initiative. Our one person with alert, who are you offering to, if anyone?
Calvin?
Sure. Yep. Mine was a 9. I was just adjusting it. I didn't put the dex mod on there.
Oh, so you had 9, I had 10.
Ah. Oop. What happened there? Okay. Awesome. Thank you.
Oh, yeah, I did get her in there. Okay, so we are at the top of the round. Runak, you're hearing some movement coming from the south of your area. What would you like to do?
I mean, the arrow is shot so far away that Rudak's not sure anymore that this is an actual attack. So he will just move over here and get ready to Eldritch Blast if anyone makes a direct attack against one of his allies.
Okay.
And that's the end of my turn.
Okay, Barnaby, you are next.
I am going to go ahead and cast Blade Ward. Hey, Adam, question for you regarding the. So, are those actual trees and things like that? I just want to make sure the map is what the map is.
Yes, those are actual trees.
I'm going to go ahead and point towards where I saw the movement. And I'm going to go ahead and go there, and I will just end my turn there.
All right, before Glory's turn, we hear some of that movement continue coming from the southwest, and you will all notice as a large being now comes into view suddenly. As it does so, you can see it stands nearly 9 feet tall. It looks humanoid in nature, but obviously much larger, and it is holding on to this very large spear. As it turns the corner, you see it plucks this arrow out of its forearm and throws it to the ground as it charges forth. As it rushes up to here, noticing you there, Barnaby, it is going to poke out with its spear.
It wasn't us. We didn't hit you with the arrow.
22 on Barnaby. I know you've got Blade Ward on you, but even
Yeah.
with 4, that's not going to help you.
Right.
All right, that's going to puncture in for 15 points of damage.
All right. I'm going to go ahead and I'll take off 2 on there, and I'll take away the temp HP I had.
Okay, but for constitution purposes, for maintaining concentration, so you rolled a 9. I know you have advantage, so that's actually not going to be good enough. So give me another con save, because this was 15 damage, which means your save is... Or no, that is right. It's half the damage. So yeah, you're fine. Yep, no worries. Okay, here comes the second attack. That one will miss. So the spear plunges into the ground nearby you.
I think that does trigger my thing, my held action. But even though I think it's a misunderstanding, I did say that I would just shoot it.
Yeah, it's your option. You can choose not to take it if you want.
Mm. Seeing that I saw it pull the arrow out, I'm gonna actually not shoot it.
Okay, fair enough. We move to Glory's turn.
I'm going to move and bonus action rage. And
Someone's setting us up, Glory. He wants us to fight this.
I'm raging. I don't know that I would be able to stop this. I'm going to attack him.
Okay. Yeah, you swing out with your halberd and connect. Your blade slices into this giant figure's arm. Second attack will also connect. Wounding it again. All right, before Selvin's turn, there's some additional movement from the south. All right, as another figure emerges from these clouded shadows. As this occurs, you're going to notice this one comes around with this big rock in hand, and he is going to chuck it at Laud. 17 on Laud. Looks like that'll hit.
I'll shield to make it miss.
All right, go ahead and burn a shield slot.
Okay.
Some additional movement coming from the south. As another figure pushes on in. As it does so, getting to here, it is going to attack Glory. All right, the first attack is going to hit, dealing 8 points of damage to Glory. Upon hitting you here, Glory, it is going to knock you prone. It is then going to take another step up to gain the advantage from being within 5 feet of you. And it's going to attack again at advantage. 17. Looks like that is also going to hit. And that'll be 10 more points of damage to Glory. All right, now that we're officially in combat, I'm going to go ahead and put on some battle music. Turn that one down just a little bit. All right, and now we are on Selvin's turn. Okay, Selvin is... you're going to notice a little bit of a wisp of light as she vanishes from sight. And then she is going to appear over here. Once she does so, you're going to see Archgale right next to you. She kind of takes a knee with this bow in hand, and she's going to fire a couple of shots off at one of these giants. Actually, she's going to... well, it looks like one of her attacks is not on her menu. Just one moment. She's actually going to fire 3 times here. All right, and she will fire off 3 times as mentioned. Here comes those 3 shots. All right, the second and third shots will connect.
Aha!
All right, 2 arrows puncture into this giant, wounding it. Laud, you're up next.
All right, I'm going to start by moving back over here, and then I'm going to cast Slow to hit all 3 of them.
So at the start of your turn, your shield ends. As you step out of his reach, he is going to attack you with an attack of opportunity.
Okay.
17 to hit you.
Yeah, that would hit.
All right, he punctures into you for 17 points of damage.
Okay, so that's 4 real damage. All right, and then I'm back here. I'm going to cast Slow to hit all 3 of them.
All right, no need to drag the deal out. You can easily target all 3 of those. I believe these are wisdom saves.
Yep.
It looks as though all 3 are affected.
All right, and then I am going to... Actually, that'll be it. That'll be in my turn. Get him!
All right, one moment, applying things. But yes, Graham, you can take your turn.
Okay. Then, if that's the case, I'm moving right here for the flank with Glory.
Okay. Yes, that first one will hit. That will wound him.
And shield bash.
He stays dry.
Okay. And second attack.
That will also hit, thanks to the flank and slow.
And sap in my turn.
All right, Caliban.
These guys look pretty burly. Caliban's gonna move up. I don't think I can get the flank with any of these. With Grim, yeah, I don't know if I'm here. I don't think that counts as a flank, right? I'm not catching the bulk of the...
You are not. It's going to go through the center of the token.
But I guess I could pivot round to here, though.
Unfortunately, that still won't be a flank because it's got to go through the center of the token. So this is only going through the side. You need it like that.
Okay. Well, I said I moved there anyway, so I'm kind of stuck there now. I am going to attack the injured one down here to the south.
Okay.
They're both injured, but the more injured one. Let's see how the dice are going to treat today.
Yeah, that'll hit.
That. A little bit of damage and sap that one. Ooh, not so good on that one.
That will miss even with slow.
Okay. And I don't think. Yeah, I'm going to end my turn there. Can't find the button. There it is.
Alrighty, Archgale.
Okay. Really quickly, I think Grim has Bless enabled.
Uh-oh, does
Which
he?
I think that might be a mistake.
Yeah, he does indeed. That won't change the first one from being a hit, and I don't think the second one... Yeah, the second one did hit, and without the Bless, that would be a 9, so that would miss as well. I'm going to give him those HP back. Grim, please remove Bless.
Okay. I'm going to cast... Let's go with Spirit Guardians.
All right, let's see, 15-foot radius. All right, your Spirit Guardian is springing into existence.
All right, I'm going to move right to here.
All right, looks like both of them are affected. Or actually, it's just the first one right now. That second one, I would say he's not quite in there yet, but if you move down one more, I'll give him the same save.
Okay, there you go.
All right, the Spirit Guardians strike out, hitting both of them.
I will move right to here. And I will end my turn.
All right, before the top of the round, there is a lot more movement coming from down below. There is some movement, and as these spirits are flitting all around you, Archgale, you notice this massive rock comes out from the darkness, from an area that you can't see, trying to hit you. This will be at advantage. 16 on Archgale. I believe that's going to miss. Yep, 19. Okay, that one will miss. Then this occurs a second time. Critically hitting you. All right, maximum damage plus a roll and knocked prone. Okay, here comes that damage. That is going to be 25 points of damage from the rock. All right, you managed to maintain concentration. That's also going to knock you prone. All right, there's some additional movement. You hear the sound of the tree getting sort of smashed from the side. All right, as this one gets to here, he's going to throw a rock at Barnaby. 11 is going to miss. And another makes his way up. Can't quite get into melee, so he is going to throw a rock here at Grim. 11 will also miss. Oh, that takes us to the top of the round. I accidentally skipped past Runak. Runak, your turn.
Okay, Runak is going to cast Hunger of Hadar.
All right, where would you like to center that? Oh, ignore that. Click the wrong button. 20-foot radius.
So yeah, I'm going to do it down here where they're all coming up from, on the south of Grim.
All right, go ahead and use your pointer to point, and we'll get an area of effect on there.
You said 20-foot radius.
So does that work?
I can't see anything.
Oh, if you can't see anything, then you can't put it there. One moment.
I can't see it either, though.
Well, no, I can see the spot, but not any change or.
Oh, yeah, my bad. It looks like I was on the GM layer there. One moment. So it looked like you pointed here to me, so this would be like a 20-foot radius.
Ooh, can I make it like a little bit lower than that? Because I can still see.
So use your pointer and point to the exact spot you would like it to be the center. All right, so that's exactly where I put it. So that would be 20-foot radius. So it looks like I went 5 lower. Okay, so you're good with there?
Yep, that looks great.
Okay, and let me see. Is this one the one that takes effect right away? Okay, only on a start of its turn, it looks like. Okay, so anything else on your turn, Runak?
No, I think that's it.
All right, so no light match will otherwise can illuminate the area. So it is, yeah, you wouldn't, hang on one sec. So if you don't have dark vision, you can't see inside of that area. All right, Barnaby, your turn.
All right, I'm going to yell, "We didn't shoot the arrows at you!" as I come over here, but I am going to try to stab you twice. So.
Yes, that will indeed connect.
Is that creature the one that he's attacking in there? Because if... Alright, never mind. The advantage wouldn't have been a crit anyway.
That will hit.
All right, I'm going to attack one more time, and this here is that advantage because of Vex.
That will hit.
All right, and I am going to go ahead and add my free smite to that one.
All right, I'll take some additional damage off.
And I will end my turn.
All right, so at the start of this one's turn, starts to turn in the air, takes 2d6 cold. So go ahead and roll that cold damage, Runak. All right, you'll notice this one collapses. All right, Glory is up next.
Stand up. And I attack this one right here.
That is going to miss.
With flank and slow?
Yes. That one will hit.
Okay.
Blade slashes in his chest, catching him and drawing some blood.
I'm going to pulse strike.
That will also connect. Buttressing his arm.
And then move 20 feet to there. And end my turn.
All right, 2d6 for this one. Runak? All right, he's moving at difficult terrain. He's going to get to here, and then...
And he's slowed if it mattered at all. I don't know if that matters.
What? Yeah, remind me, what is the slowed? How much does that affect his speed? Scrolling back up.
Slow? I don't see anything about... Let's see. In fact, speed is halved. Yeah, you're right. It is halved. Okay.
All right.
So it's already halved. So I guess it's quartered because of difficult terrain.
So he will have to move and dash to get to there then. So his turn will end. New save to shake off the slow. He is unable to do so.
And I'll need a wisdom save. Or, yeah, I will also need a wisdom save.
Yes, he's affected. Alrighty, this.
Out of the darkness.
All right, this one, he is going to move 5 feet to here. And then 10 to here. So that's 20 because he's slowed. Grim, would you like to take an opportunity attack?
Yep.
Nice. Go ahead and post that damage.
Okay, and then I do have an ability. I'm going to do that, but I have an ability that says immediately after I hit with a critical, I can move half my speed. I don't know.
So make sure it says on your turn or not, because usually those are like on your turn. All right, so just a crit. Go ahead and post that. Okay, then I would say feel free to do it. So he moved where he is now. That triggered your opportunity attack. So yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, it's interesting, isn't it?
Movement off term as and it doesn't count as a reaction is kind of weird. I kind of wonder if that's not what it means, but that's how it's worded. So we're going to take it that way.
Yeah, I never had a reaction. There's my 15.
All right, on its turn, it can only make one attack because it's slowed. It is going to attack Archgale here with advantage. That is going to miss as it pokes that spear sharply down into the ground. All right.
I would need to make a wisdom save to see if it maintains slow.
Wisdom save, 18. I think
I also need a wisdom.
All right, that is going to be shook off. Wisdom save as well. Okay. I'm assuming that fails.
Yep. No way. Really?
Wounding
That's
the
a bad
creature.
die.
Is it safe to... well, I guess it's not going to matter, but for my purposes, have you not included Selvin in the Spirit Guardians?
I would have included all my allies.
Right.
Is she traveling with us? Unless she shoots me in the back, I would have included her.
Fair enough. All right, so that's what I would assume. So you're going to notice, however, she's going to kind of keep her distance from those spirits. She'll go this way, swapping to her sword as she slides into position here and slashes out. She will hit twice. This one's no longer slowed, so that last one's going to miss. All right, she slices him up a bit, and we move to Laud's turn.
All right. I'm going to take out my crossbow and fire a true strike at this guy.
Okay. Yeah, that'll certainly hit.
All right. 16.
All right, that crossbow bolt strikes him and wounds him.
And I'm going to move 5, 10, 15. Stay behind them, but not move out of his attack range there. So, and that'll end my turn.
Okay, Grim.
Okay, swing away, beastie.
That is going to hit. And I'm just going to say he is dead. He only had 5 HP left. I don't think you can get under that.
All right, let me move my 15 again, right? I guess.
Yeah, it doesn't say it's limited, so sure.
5, 10, 15. Okay. Second attack on this guy. Too slow.
That is going to miss.
Boy, I'm moving everywhere.
All right, Caliban.
I'm going to use my. I guess do I have to? I can split my attacks now up between one attack and one spell. Do I have to make the attack first, or does the order matter?
Post the ability that allows you to do that.
Oh, it is.
So you take the attack action on your turn. You can replace one of the attacks with casting. So it looks like you could do either one of the attacks that you have.
Okay, doesn't matter the order.
Well, it technically it does in the sense that if you were to cast this spell, I mean, it's not going to make a material difference, but yes, just for specificity's sake, make sure you're saying like, yeah, I'm using more magic, going to cast a spell and then attack.
Oh, and it does actually. Rereading that, it has to be a cantrip. Interesting. Okay. I'm still gonna do it though. So actually, yeah, I'm gonna cast take the magic action instead of that because I want to actually cast a spell.
Okay.
Instead, sorry. That was a good detail. Glad we reread that. I'm just gonna cast the flaming sphere. And drop it there. I think I really confused these guys. They're getting frozen by Hunger of Hadar, and then they're going to get burnt by the sphere.
All right, just putting it into the center of a square. Is that where you'd like it?
Yep, please.
Okay. And I think that's another one. Go ahead and, I think that one doesn't take effect until you do something with it, right?
Sorry, yep. Let me post that in the chat.
Okay, so only the first is only if they end their turn there. Okay, so you've cast it so far. Anything else?
Then I can bonus action roll it into one of them, right?
Yes. Is that what you'd like to do?
Yeah, please. I'll roll it into the one that's closest to us.
All right, so that will be a dex save from him. Assuming that fail. Oh, your dex save, it looks like it's 14, so he'll succeed on that.
So he takes half?
Yes, half damage.
Oh, sorry, that all felt a little awkward, but we'll get better. I'll get better.
All right, so 5 points of fire damage dealt to him then.
And I'm going to move. Let's see here, 5, 10. It's cutting through. This is 15. Go up to here. Move 25 to there. And then my turn.
Okay, Archgill.
All right, have my movement stand up. And then I'm going to move 5, 10 to here. And I will need a wisdom save from... Yep.
What is the custom?
That I assume is from
It says
potent spellcast. Yeah, that's incorrect though, because that only works with cantrips.
Okay, that's what I was going to say. So I'm just taking the 16.
Yep, sorry about that. I don't know why I did that.
No worries, we got it.
And then the guy directly south of me, I'm going to cast Toll the Dead.
All right, so wisdom save from him. Yeah, he is going to fail that.
And now the custom will come into play.
All right, he will take that full 21 damage.
And then I end my turn.
Alrighty, this guy's turn. He is going to move. And then he is going to dash. to get to there. He will take that 9 cold damage. All right, that is his turn. Move and dash from this guy to get to there. Move and dash to get to there. Alrighty, this guy's turn. He is going to attack Archgale. 16 will miss. 22 will connect.
I will reaction shield.
Okay, go ahead and burn that slot. You will still take 5 points of graze damage. All right, you managed to maintain concentration. Move to the top of the round with Runok.
I will need a wisdom saving throw.
And wisdom saving throw. 16. Is that a success?
Meets.
All right, so that's a success. Takes half damage. All right, Runok.
Okay, Runok, seeing that they've sort of breached containment, is going to summon the blade to his hand and rush up and attack.
He waits patiently as you try to swing.
Yeah, sorry, I just don't have it set to the be my charisma. But it's the same as the greatsword, so I'll just roll that for now.
All right, that first one's going to hit. Slashes his arm. That one will miss, however.
Okay.
He still takes graze.
Yeah, he still takes the graze damage.
All right, what is your graze mod?
So it's 4.
All right, I've applied the graze damage.
And that's the end of my turn.
Okay, Barnaby.
All right, I'm going to swing out at this guy twice. Stabby, stabby, pokey, pokey.
Yeah, that will connect.
All right, I'm going to have advantage on this attack here.
That will hit as well.
And I will go ahead and add a Divine Smite. Every little bit helps on these guys. These guys are big. And I will remove the spell slot. I took a first on that, and I'll end my turn.
All right, those all connect and hit him. This guy has since been slain. Removing him from initiative. We move to Glory's turn.
All right, I'm gonna move down here and attack this this guy right here.
All right. That will miss. That one will connect. All right, blade chops him in the thigh.
Polearm strike.
That will also miss.
End my turn.
All right, this one here is going to grapple attempt against you, Archgale. So I need you to give me an athletics or acrobatics check, your choice.
Would that allow me to use my Sentinel feature?
It is an attack, so yep. All right, he reaches out trying to grab on you, misses, and he will try it a second time.
Nice.
I'll use my inspiration.
Didn't you already use your inspiration on the check?
I'm a human. Yes, I used it earlier for the persuasion, then we took a long rest, so I got it back.
Okay, got it. Yep, feel free to burn that then.
And it was very well used.
Both times, unfortunately. Yeah, go ahead and post that damage, Glory. I don't think it's going to do enough to kill him, but we'll just double check. Whoop, hang on a sec. All right, that is going to wound him. After he grapples you, he is going to put you into the aura. All right.
Can I end concentration on it?
After he puts him in it, sure. So is that what you'd like to do?
Yes.
All right, let's see if it has any effect, like right when you get entered.
I don't think so. I think it's start your turn or end your turn.
Can you just repost that for me? It's past my top of my chat box here. Okay, yep, fair enough. So essentially you get placed in this really dark, gloomy place of nothingness, and you hear all these strange sounds momentarily, Archgale, but then you notice that all vanishes around you.
My bad. My bad.
He does get a another wisdom save for the slow.
Thank you.
Wisdom?
He will still be slowed. He succeeds on Spirit Guardians. Okay, this one's turn. Selvin, she's going to step up and attack the guy here. She'll manage to catch him twice. Slicing up and down his arm as we move to Laud.
All right, I'm going to take my action to disengage, and then 5, 10, 15, say 20 to go to there. And then I will Bardic Inspiration to Archgale. You can do it! Get out! And that's it. I'll be my turn.
Okay, Grim.
You guys get this slow, ugly one. I'm going here. 5, 10, 15 to there, Adam. And I'm going to swing out at this guy. To the north.
Okay.
Oh
Nice.
Is that like 3 for you tonight already?
Yeah.
We haven't even had dinner yet. Yeah.
So that's my savage, and then I'll just roll regular damage.
All right, so 16 is what you're saying.
Yeah, and then a strength saving throw to try to bounce him down to the ground.
Don't forget you get to move if you want to.
Yeah, I know. I've been moving all over.
Yes,
the fast guy.
He will indeed get knocked prone.
All right. That is a good day. Now this is with advantage. Let's see what happens.
That'll hit as well. Smashing into his foot.
And sap.
Okay, Caliban.
Caliban's gonna move, and I realize I'll take an opportunity. Oops, opportunity attack here. So I'm not sure if that happens when I move there, 10 feet to there. Opportunity attack.
Nope.
Nope. Okay. I'm gonna move to there.
Now you'll take an opportunity attack. 1,
Holy
2, 3.
crap! These guys have range.
It's gonna poke
You were
into
still
your
at
back.
you
for
were still at
15.
10 feet.
Wow. All right. Yeah. Oops. 15 damage. Okay. I am going to cast.
I'm sorry, you cut off there. What were you casting?
Sorry, I was just reading the casting Burning Hands. So he's turn broadcast on. I think if I do a 15-foot cone there, do I get all 3 or just 2?
Just 2. It's not touching that last guy enough to count him in it.
Okay, and I think that's snapping to center too, rather than snapping to corner. That? If I'm
I
on
can
the corner?
give you the bottom
then I
two
missed
if
the
you
top.
like.
Then I missed the top one. Yeah. Anyway, I get 2. Okay. I'll take the 2 closest to me.
That last angle you just did, do that one more time. I think that might get you all 3.
There?
Yeah, that's good enough. That's almost 50%. I'll give you all 3 on that one.
Okay. In that case, I'm gonna upcast that as well.
Okay.
So level 2, my last level 2 slot. Go Burning Hands. So it should be 446, and they are doing dex saves.
Yep, so those have already been posted if you want to go ahead and throw your damage.
Okay.
All right, they will all take 20
Nice.
points of fire as the fire rages out, scorching all of them.
Good job.
And then I'm gonna bonus action roll my sphere. And how much?
I feel like it was
I can't remember how
20 or 30, but yeah, I don't recall.
the distance on. Yeah. Bonus action up to 30 feet. Can I? Oh, 15. There we go. I'm gonna run it up here and crash it into this guy who's wounded.
Okay, that'll work. He will succeed that save.
Take 3, a whopping 3. Oh well.
Getting a little scorched.
I'm not a finisher apparently. And I'll have my turn. Thank you.
All right, and sorry, hang on one second. I just want to just double check. Yeah, so because of where that tree is, you can't. Yeah, so basically you've got it in the center of a tree, which I'm okay with, but it's going to have to be here to be in the center of a square. It can't be in the square that you had it because that's literally like the tree trunk. So I'm going to put it where it is there so that it still deals the damage, and we move to Archgale's turn.
I'm being grappled still, yes?
Yes, you are.
Okay. In that case, I'm going to cast Toll the Dead on the fellow grappling me.
He will fail. All right, as the bell tolls, he drops.
Okay, and let me take a quick measurement here. It's 15 feet of movement. Yeah, okay. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and move 5, 10, 15. And I will need 3 wisdom saving throws.
I'm going to give you 2. That guy in the back is not 50% covered. They will both fail.
Okay, damage.
Okay, they are both wounded.
Alright. Wow, we're looking all good. I don't even need to cast healing spells. Alright, and my turn.
All right, this guy is going to stand up. And he's going to attack Archgale. 26 will connect for 11 points of damage.
I will cutting words to reduce the damage by a d8.
Okay, feel free to roll that. Okay, so 9 points of damage instead. All right, you maintain concentration on that Archgale as he attacks you a second time. 18 in Archgale, I believe that just misses.
Yep, 19.
All right, so that one is going to whiff. All right,
Wisdom?
this wisdom save, yep. Yes, he will fail as well. Okay, he is wounded. All right, this guy's turn. Yeah, he's going to enter the Spirit Guardians. He will also fail. And he is going to attack you. Actually, he's going to... That guy's dead. He's going to keep move. It's not going to really matter. He'll stay... Yeah, he'll stay there. He's going to attack you twice as well, Archgale. That is going to miss on the first attack. And then connect on the second.
I'll reaction shield.
All right, go ahead and burn that slot. All right, this guy is also going to attack you twice, Archgale. 23. You have an AC 24. Okay, that will miss. You're going to take 5 points of graze damage. And another 5 points of graze damage.
You're just to let you know, you get a +3 because you're in my aura. Excuse me, +4.
And I think I have Warcaster, so I should have
Advantage.
Thank you. That's the word I was looking for. Advantage.
Yep, so with the plus that Barnaby gave you, that's good enough. You'll pass that. Okay, this one's turn. He's going to attack Glory a couple of times. He'll miss the first one. Glory, that'll be 2 points of graze damage to you. And then the second one will hit. And that will deal 12 points of damage to you. All right, we're at the top of the round. We're a little over halfway through our session here, guys. Let's go ahead and pause, take our 15-minute break, and come back on the other side.
Boy, that just seemed quick.
Sounds
All right,
good.
guys. See you in a few.
All right, folks, we are back in the second half. We are mid-battle, guys. Let's get you back over to the map. And let's go ahead and get our battle music turned back on. Okay, we are at the top of the round with Runok.
Okay. Runok is going to keep swinging with the Moon Touch Greatsword at the one right next to him.
Okay. Yeah, that's going to hit. You plunge your blade through its neck and he collapses.
All right. Since I killed something, I could do an attack as a bonus action. So that is what I'm going to do against this one.
That will hit as well. Wounding him as you catch him on the side.
Okay. And this one, I will use Lucky to give myself advantage. And I'm using the last of the extra attack.
Okay. That will hit. Good call.
All right.
That will wound him once again.
Okay. And I said, hey, you stay off of Archgale.
Barnaby.
All right, I've got to help my friend over here. All right, I'm going to go ahead and see what I can do.
That's going to do it. It'll hit him.
All right, and this one here is going to be at advantage.
That will hit with advantage. Poking him in the shoulder.
And Adam, I know there's a lot of trees here. I meant to take the flank. Am I able to get through the trees and give the flank over to my buddy for his next turn?
So you'd be basically pushing right through a tree branch. I would say I can let you move through that, but it'd be difficult terrain. So to get to flank, you would need 5, 15, 20 extra feet of movement.
Yeah, I only move 10, so I'd be fine.
All right, I'll circle you over there.
Yeah. Thanks. Yeah, I couldn't get over there. All right, and that'll and my bonus action, I give him the bird.
All right, and of course, Gloria, you can take a 5-foot step now to get into flanking position. That was all of Barnaby's movement to get to there.
Okay, that would be right here.
Yes, that's what it looks like, just to go right through the center. Yep, that's it.
Okay, I'm going to attack recklessly on this guy.
Okay. Nice call. That'll hit critically. All right, true crit. Okay, that will wallop him, clacking right into the center of his body here, wounding him badly.
Second attack.
Will also hit. More of a glancing blow against his arm.
And pull arm strike.
Will also hit. Catch him in the thigh this time, grunting in response. Okay, Selvin's turn. You're going to notice she looks a bit surprised as she sees the spirits of spirit guarding swirling around her but not hitting her. And this will allow her to move quickly then as she sprints to this side and slashes out quickly 3 times. She will miss once, hit twice. Couple of slashing blows against his back, wounding him as we move to Laud.
Are these guys tall enough that I need to worry about like cover, like shooting at this guy? Or like, can I, shoot over Glory's head and hit them, or do I need to move position to make sure?
Yeah, Glory's pretty big guys too, so I would say you need to move to a better position.
Okay, so like, I don't know if I can stand here or not. It doesn't seem like anything's happening.
Yeah, you're good there.
All right, I'll take a shot at this guy with True Strike then.
Yeah, bolt crashes into him.
13.
All right, that's going to do it as that punctures into his lungs and he falls down.
All right, and then I will bonus action Healing Word on Archgo. For 11, and that will end my turn.
Okay, Grim.
All right, this guy next to me with an attack.
That will connect. That will badly wound him.
Bash him to the ground.
He is indeed knocked prone. That one will hit thanks to prone. And that's going to be enough to kill him as well.
Okay, now I'm going to move. Help my friends out. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. Get the flank! Drop this girl!
All right, Caliban.
Don't need to ask Caliban twice, although... Is Archgale in the flank spot?
No, it's kind of, yeah.
I think we have it through the center there, don't we?
Yeah, that's got to be it. I'm snapping to corner, but on center, it should be like that. Yeah, that's it.
All right, good. Well, I don't know if I'm going to... it's going to be a standard hack here, so let's...
That will connect.
And zap him. Oh, damage is not rolling from that sheet anymore, so we can do it from here.
All right, this time you catch him across the midsection. Second one's more significant.
There we go. Thought it was just Grim that got them all tonight. Still can't roll it from there. All right. Do I just roll damage twice?
Works for me. Feel free to do so. You might want to Yeah, so we'll take that, post it one more time, and I won't take the modifier the second time.
Sorry?
So post that again. You rolled it once, and then I needed you to roll it again, but I won't take the modifier the second time. Yeah, whenever that breaks in chat, it feels like it's user specific because it worked for me. When I clicked it, you'll notice above your roll, I rolled once. So once you're done posting here, just try refreshing your browser. I'm kind of wondering if that'll fix it.
Oh, that's what happened. I was like, you rolled the first crit damage. Oh, I see. Okay, I couldn't figure out, why that. I was like, what do you mean? How that maybe maybe it was just delayed. All right. Ah, I rolled the attack. God, it's all right.
All right, so we're going to take an extra 4 on top of your original 7 for 11 points of damage.
And then I will just bonus action move my sphere, crash the sphere into him here.
Yeah, that will connect. Burning him a bit.
Just a bit. Warms his feet, and I'll end my turn.
Okay, Archgale.
Okay. Apologize if you hear the barky dog. I'm going to Toll the Dead.
Yeah, that'll hit. As the bell dings and he desiccates a bit.
So that is my action. There's really, I mean, guess I can. Oh, I know what I can do. I'm gonna do something fun and totally new. With my latest level up, I took the feat durable. And so as a bonus action, you can expend one of your hit point die, roll the die, and regain that many hit points.
Nice.
So I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna roll a d8. That's how many I get back.
Now, if it says hit die, does that mean you add your con mod?
It doesn't say that. As a bonus action, you can expend one of your hit point dice, roll the die, and regain a number of hit points equal to the roll. So I would say no. So it must be sort of like you're penalized a little bit for being able to do this as you want as a bonus action and not have to use them during a short or long rest, or short rest, really.
Yeah, it makes sense. Cool.
All right. Start of this guy's turn. He's going to take his first attack against Selvin, which will hit even at disadvantage from the sap. That is going to wound her. Then he's going to no longer have disadvantage, and he's going to make use of his special ability to make an extra attack at Archgale, which will miss, and then he will take his second attack at Archgale, which will also miss. And then Caliban, I think you had the crit. Roll me a d6. That was extra bleed damage at the start of his turn.
Yep. Ooh.
All right, we would move to the top of the next round, but he's definitely not going to get another turn, so I'm going to say you guys have managed to defeat this opponent. However, I am going to lock the tokens because very quickly thereafter, some other stuff is going to happen. All right, so as he drops and you guys are watching the drop, you're going to notice a form emerge from the shadows and the mist to the northeast. And
those weren't the ones shooting the arrows, guys.
As it does so, you're going to notice a figure that has a similar look to Selvin, perhaps a little different, but similar look. And that figure will call out and say, "Ah, well done taking care of those giants. Well, normally there's a toll to go down this road, but I think you have done just enough that we can waive the fee. Come this way. I'll direct you where you need to go."
Selvin, hey, wait, 1 second. Hey, psst, who is that? Is that your friend?
She will look towards you and say, "It is a member of the Shadow Fae."
Oh, so it's okay to follow her?
And you'll notice Selvin steps up, still holding onto her blade, but it's sort of at her side at rest.
I mean,
Those were bad giants, right?
Oh, yes, the worst of giants, just making such a mess of things. Oh, you back there, you'll have to get rid of those floaty spirit things. I can't have you bring those up. Too many people might get hit.
Okay, I dropped the spell.
I was waiting for. I was about to say something when it got quiet. I was like, "Hey, Archie, you may want to stay there."
All right, you drop concentration on the spell. You will notice she moves to the side and says, "All right, this way, this way." And she motions with her hand to the northeast.
Hey, Selvin, we're paying you, not her. It's just where you want to go.
This is the path, yes.
Okay.
I'm lock the tokens there. You guys are moving past, and you're going to notice various forms suddenly appear along the tree line. First one, then another, then another, then another. These look to be other shadow fae kind of lining up on the sides. You notice Selvin is watching them carefully as well, but she continues just marching forward as you guys march after her. And a few moments later, you hear from behind, "Ah, great, now let's go loot those giants." Ha ha ha! And you hear some cheer and laughter as many of those forms seem to move back. All right, guys, so you continue traveling along the Shadow Road here, moving along in this very similar kind of setup as what you have seen. After you're a little bit of distance away, you'll notice Selvin sheaths her blade and then puts her bow along her back again and looks back towards you all, and she says, "All right, let us keep going."
Lead the way.
How much further is it?
A few hours. All right. Yeah, she continues marching along the way. You guys continue following her, and much like she said, after about another 3.5 hours or so, you find yourself emerging in this area where the road continues going, but you notice there's this little sort of cutoff area, and you'll see that Sullivan swoops over to the cutoff area, and as she does so, you're going to notice this really elaborate looking arch with these dark black and white sort of vines and flowering areas along it. And you'll see she moves up to the area of the arch, and you'll see she kind of looks at it for a moment, and she says, "Well, this is interesting. It looks like somebody has interrupted the abilities of this arch."
Well, how do we fix it?
I can. Give me a moment.
Wait. Why do we want to mess with something like that? Do we need to?
If you wish to
We need to
exit the
get out.
Shadow Road, yes.
Is there any sign of if this was tampered with, of tracks going away or where they came from?
You can make a survival check to see if you can find anything like that here in the Shadowy Realm. You don't notice anything out of the ordinary here, Gloria. There's definitely signs of footprints. You can see both what you would call like boot footprints, as well as something else that looks more like perhaps animal tracks. Some of them do come this way, much the way you guys did, and also continue along the road. So you see definitely all these tracks around, but nothing that gives you the impression that specifically something came here and messed with it. It's hard to divine that from what you're seeing on the ground. Grim, your hand's up.
Okay, so Grim doesn't know anything about arches and magic and stuff, but I do know fighters. Is she lying to us or trying to be tricky and messing with the portal?
Feel free to make an insight check. You don't think so.
Well, I guess she brought us this far. Hey, be careful, make sure you do it right. Got a little country on you, didn't I?
You sure did. All right. You're going to notice she focuses on this arch. She reaches her hand out, lowers her head, and she utters some words. And yes, I'm going to post these words here in a moment. I haven't had much cause to use the script in a minute. I have to remember how to use it.
Runak tries to memorize what she does because he likes to learn about stuff, but I doubt he'll be able to.
All right, that is what she says as she touches upon the arch. And you're going to notice that as that occurs, the arch seemingly has like a twilight light that rings around it and sort of lights up momentarily. And then it seems traversable, or at least that's what it looks like as she holds her hand out and says, all right, we can go through now.
Okay. I'll go first with shield in hand.
All right, as you guys walk through the arch, you find yourself back out in the real world.
We did it.
Very successful.
Well, where are we? We don't know if we did it.
You will notice that as she exits at this point, you see she looks around for a moment and she says, yes, we are back to where we need to be. Let me get my bearings and I will tell you where you need to go. You see that there are some foothills around you, and you see she kind of looks up towards the sun. She looks around at the ground, and then she says, yes, you will need to travel southeast of here. It will take you about an hour, and you will arrive at the Black Fortress.
Thank you very much.
It was very nice to meet you. Thank you.
If you say so. I shall wait here for a period of time. If for some reason you are making your way back here, you may find me again. I'll be here for maybe another day or two. It really depends. But otherwise, yeah, I will be here.
Maybe we should take a quick breather before we get on the road again. Short rest.
Would you be willing to join us a little instead of waiting here for a little extra coin?
I don't venture to the Black Fortress. I don't feel comfortable there.
Neither do I.
Perhaps you wish to wait here with me then?
As a matter of fact, I do, but I'm compelled to go forward.
Well, I am not. That is what makes us different.
Well, let's get a move on. I don't need a rest.
I can maybe inspire us a little bit.
I mean, I could always use a little breather after a fight, but if we're in a hurry, we can go.
I wouldn't mind a snack.
Grim?
Hey, Selvin. You're really handy back there. Hey, if you ever get like thinking that you're deciding whether you want to leave or stay, maybe this will convince you a little bit to kind of stick around a little bit. We'd love to hire you back. I'm going to hand her 5 gold pieces.
You will see she looks at your 5 gold pieces and says, oh, thank you?
So maybe that'll buy an extra day. Who knows?
Do you think you're going to be coming back this way?
There's a lot of things I think that don't make none sense, but I would think yes, likely.
Well, as I said, you're only an hour's journey from the Black Fortress, so if you get there and find out shortly thereafter that you are going to need to travel the Fey roads once again, as I said, I will be here for at least a day, so you can easily, even if you just send a runner back to here to let me know, I may be doing some hunting in this area just to regain my strength from the journey, but nonetheless, you will have plenty of time to meet back up with me here if you need to.
Okay, hey, Gloria, you know where this place is, right? You can find it again. You can find it, right?
I'm sure I can.
Okay, all right, thank you.
All right, so you guys are standing here by the arch. Is it your intent to try to take a short rest in this vicinity, or are you marching the hour down to the Black Fortress?
I would vote for a short rest.
That's my vote as well.
Yep.
Okay, so as you guys kind of just relax a bit here and kind of sit around or start chatting, you'll notice Sullivan exits the immediate area. She kind of climbs up some of the hills, and you can see her for as she travels, like maybe 100 yards, 200 yards, and then she's out of your line of sight with the rolling hills. You're not sure where she's heading off, maybe doing some of that hunting she mentioned. But yeah, the hour that you guys spend here goes by uneventfully so. 1 hour passes, you can apply a short rest.
Alrighty. And then I will do the Inspiring Leader. So that's 13 temporary HP back for everybody. And then the Musician. Is anybody missing Inspiration right now?
I am.
Okay, so I'll give you that.
Is there
And
anybody who didn't use their temporary hit points? Because I could use them.
I can give you them if because I don't think everybody got hit, right?
I didn't get hit. I have no need for a short rest. I am perfectly healthy.
Okay, then yeah, I can give you those temp HP. It's 13, so it might be more than what you get normally.
Yeah, I used mine already. I got smoked. So thanks.
All right. Have you guys all dealt with dwarves before?
Yes.
I got the inspiration, right?
Yep.
Okay. Thank you. Well,
All right, well, maybe you do the talking, Lod.
we've been here before, we're not. We're heroes in their eyes or something like that.
Oh, true.
Actually, I don't know that Runok was here, right? I think you guys met Runok in between the Black Fortress and Carriessen.
Oh, is that?
That
Oh,
makes
that's
sense.
true. Yeah, that's right. Our last party member died
Yeah.
when trying to get there.
They're a bunch of assholes there.
Yeah, Laud wouldn't know these people either. So I mean, if you're known, then maybe it shouldn't be Laud taking point. I don't know. Maybe it's Archgale or Grim or Gloria or somebody.
I can
Caliban's also from here, right?
No, Caliban's from Grizzle.
Okay.
But that does bring up a good point, actually. The dwarves do absolutely hate undead.
Yeah.
And the
I
last
have
time
that out sometimes.
the last time we met the I'm looking for his name, but the last time we met the dwarf here, we had to do like a series of trials. Here it is, Jarl Whitebeard. And we had to he casted the truth on us, or speak truth. I don't remember what the spell is, but that might not be a. We might go to the Black Fortress together. We might just not bring Runok to speak with the Jarl Whitebeard.
Yeah, that's fine with me.
Just in case. And who knows, that might even be a bad idea still. Who knows how many of those
Why is
dwarves
that?
just...
He's disguised.
Well, disguise won't work with something like Detect Undead.
Mm.
I'm willing to hang back as much as you all need. You've kept me safe, and I trust whatever you decide. I don't want to be a hindrance in there.
I'm not sure how safe we've kept you since you have actually died twice while with us, but appreciate the thought.
Oh, but you brought me back.
That's true.
Twice, even.
Yeah, many would have left me to rot. But not you. So, whatever you wish from Runok, you will have.
That might be something to consider for sure.
So we came here to seek your advice before. They actually pointed us to Grissom, right? Carriessen?
Yes, because the Jarl Whitebeard knew where the secret council was.
For the
Or Court in
rogues.
Exile.
So
Yep.
they helped us.
And I think we did mention that we were looking for the robes. So, hey, this might be a reunion type of thing.
To some extent. Um, we just don't want to. We don't want to risk a fight we don't need, and the weird, bizarre. If something weird happens with Runok.
Yes, indeed. I understand, but surely I can pass behind just the mere gates of this place. I will just be disguised.
Yeah, maybe we can just go plop in an inn and leave you there, and then we'll come back for you.
All right, sounds good to me.
Yeah. Jarl Whitebeard is very suspicious.
And then if they have some way of transporting you quickly, you just gather me before then and whatnot.
Sounds like a plan. Should we go?
Yep, let's go.
All right,
Yep.
just checking really quickly. I want to make sure that my script was working here. During the arch, I'm assuming you guys noticed the some words uttered that was posted into chat, right?
Yes.
Yep.
And did the person who speaks the language happen to see an additional message?
Would it be foolish to ask what language it was?
If it was you, it would be right under where it says some words uttered. It would say exactly what it was in that box.
Yeah, it was not me. I just saw some words uttered.
So my recommendation would be scroll up and look for the some words uttered, see if you see anything under it, because at least one of you speaks this language. It's not like a massive deal, but I just want to make sure that we're taking advantage of that script. All right, so is the intention to leave Runok here? Is that what I'm hearing? You guys are making your way to the Black Fortress?
No, we're all gonna go to the Black Fortress. We're just going to head to like an inn first, and that's where we're gonna leave Runok.
Okay, got it.
Purely because we know the power of Jarl Whitebeard. We don't want to cause a mishap.
Okay. All right, so you guys make the 1 hour march down to the Black Fortress. It is uneventful, and you arrive. And as you guys have already mentioned, you have been here once before, and you notice the fortress standing tall.
Okay, we are heading inside. Are there still quite a bit of refugees? Everything looks the same as it did last time we were here?
You don't see much in the way of refugees, at least not on the outside. You do notice that the fortress itself stands strong. It looks similar, but yeah, you're not noticing a whole lot of people. You recall last time when you came here, there were some guards that you sort of come up, and then they see you there.
Okay. Let's press on, unless we are stopped and questioned by anyone, but...
All right, you make your way up the area, sort of incline leading up to the Black Fortress, and you notice some guards standing there, and one of them just looks towards you, and he says, "What is your business in the Black Fortress?"
I will say we're here to meet with Jarl Whitebeard.
Is he expecting you?
Potentially.
You see, he looks at his fellow guardsman and looks back at you. Try not to play mind games. Is he expecting you? Does he know you're coming?
I would think so. We were sent by some very important people. In fact,
Yeah,
yeah.
we're on a secret mission. He should know about it.
In fact, I actually still have this because I think we. Oh no, we didn't. Yeah, that was a mishap. Okay. I'm gonna. What I will do is I will take out the letter of introduction that he gave us, and I'll say we're just reporting back on this.
Okay, so he will take a look at that and he will say, all right, and who should I say is calling after him?
Archgale.
Okay, he will nod and he will say, all right, let me head in, wait here. He will march up the incline to the Black Fortress gates, enter, and you find yourself waiting outside perhaps 10 minutes or so, kind of just chatting with one another, maybe kicking dirt on the ground, that kind of thing. And then you will notice that he comes back out and he motions, follow me, follow me.
Thank you, kind sir.
All right, the Dwarven Guard escorts you inside the Black Fortress and takes you into a mid-sized chamber. You notice that there are bowls laid out here against the table. There's a bunch of wash rags. The bowls contain hot water, so it looks like it's been laid out for you can get yourself cleaned up if you wish. In the center of the room, there's a large table where there's a bunch of different foods that have been laid out here, like some cheeses, some breads, that sort of thing, to give you a chance to take a meal if you wish. And the guardsman says, General will be with you shortly.
Oh, fair, thank you. I'll begin.
General?
Yeah, we met him. Remember Caliban?
Yeah, I did remember he was general. Oh, awesome.
I'll start to wash my face and whatnot with the hot bowls of water.
All right, yeah, you guys have about an hour before the next event. So other than eating or cleaning up a bit, is there anything else anybody would like to do?
Is there a way for me to be not around when this guy shows up?
So, not in this general vicinity. So again, what you guys may have gotten a little bit confused on because you hit these two locations pretty quick. There's Gristle, and then there's the Black Fortress. Gristle is like an actual community that's built into the side of the mountain, and it has like shops and inns and that sort of thing. The Black Fortress is more of like a military outpost. It doesn't have, like stores and that kind of stuff. It's just a fortification. So if you wish to exit and not meet the general, you would basically have to exit the Black Fortress or try to like hide in a corner somewhere. But
Okay.
if you're staying in this room, then he's obviously going to see you.
Gotcha. All right.
We'll deal with
I'll
those
play it
consequences.
Yeah,
I will
Ruin just doesn't talk.
look around this chamber and see if there's anything kind of like written down or symbols or anything, because I do speak Dwarvish, so I'm just looking to see if there's anything I can kind of like find in this room.
You don't see any like paperwork or anything like on the wall that would be written for you. It just looks kind of like a sitting room. So this doesn't seem surprising that there's nothing here. But yeah, you don't notice anything obvious.
Okay.
All right. So after the approximately hour passes by, you'll notice that the door opens, and yeah, you will notice Yarrow Whitebeard enters. As he does so, he looks similar to the last time you spotted him, maybe a little bit more dour looking, perhaps, maybe a little bit more tired. As he enters, you see he looks towards you and he says, greetings. Welcome back to the Black Fortress. It's good to see you again. I notice and remember most of your faces.
It's good to see you as well. And I give him a short little bow, and I'll explain, just the basics of we met with the, pretty much what we did after we met with him, right? He told us where the court in exile was, and that we were successful in our missions, and we met with the sisters, and that we got the robes of Adeline.
My, you've been quite successful in your journeys. That is good to hear. I wish we had some good luck in this area as well, but the attacks coming from Doresh has just been intensifying. It's been everything we can do just to hold them off.
Well, hopefully what we do next will put an end to a lot of that, or at least relieve some of the pressure. We were told to seek you out uh, on the behalf of the Archduke.
Oh, Archduke Avgast, what help can I render to him?
Well, he was captured and taken to Vandikol, and that
As
is where we are headed.
as you say this, you notice his tired, lined face falls. What assistance can I offer then?
Uh, we just need help in our. Well, the Queen Ursula sent us. But she said that we should head here first, and that you can assist us in making our preparations.
Well, as luck would have it, I have recently invited an expert on undead matters to the fortress. I believe you have met her. Her name is Treehild Shardspike. She can likely assist you in this more effectively than I can.
We have met her?
Does anybody recognize the name Treehild Shardspike?
Is that the bard that was Caliban's girlfriend for a while?
No.
No, that was Neve.
The only one I
Oh.
think of is the girl we met before Gristle that was at the bar, this random girl we were walking with, but I forgot her name.
Nope, that wasn't her either.
That's I think her name was Farina.
She was the sage in Gristle.
There we
I've written
go.
down.
Yes, that is right, Caliban. I'm assuming you already have inspiration, otherwise I would grant it to you again. But yes, it is indeed the sage, dwarven sage in Gristle that you guys have spoken to previously. So you will notice Yarrow says, are you ready to go speak with her?
Sure, let's go.
All right. He will take you to a suite of rooms nearby. So you exit through this area of the fortress and walk a little bit of a distance and get to this door. You'll notice that he pounds on the door and you hear no response. And then he pounds again. You still hear no response. And then you see he just goes, ugh. He just opens the door and throws it open and walks inside. As you guys follow in behind him, the smell of parchment and dust permeates this chamber. In a low but well-padded chair sits the familiar form of Treehild Sharspike, her short legs resting on an ottoman as she eats what appears to be pickled eggs and fish from a nearby plate. She looks up and grins. Ah, we meet again! You have more questions for me! She places her ear trumpet against her left ear.
I will bring up the name Vandikul and how we get there, and maybe mention the Archduke and see.
Duke
from
Morano
there.
Lichmark is the ruler of the pure city of Vandakul, so named due to its proximity to the Sulphur Sea. To the best of my knowledge, the Duke is one of the Emperor's favorite dukes, and he is granted a great deal of latitude because of it.
Oh, can I have that name written down?
Yep, I'll post this for you.
Oh, that's the first I've seen that name.
We were told that it was impenetrable to get there, but maybe you know how we can?
There are none alive now who know as much about the cursed undead as the grave binders of Seawall. It is rumored they are skilled at moving unharmed amongst the ghouls and mummies of their lands, because they are only half alive themselves. I'm not certain this is true. I met one once when he visited the Cantons in my youth, and he said the blessing of Anu Akma protected him from the harm of the undead hands. His name was Hydiati, if I remember correctly. As far as I know, a gravebinder has not visited the Cantons since. I think a trip to the Southlands lies in your immediate future.
Well, how do we get there?
You said Graveminder?
How you get there? Well, I would think trip through the shadow roads would be the best way.
Would we know who Anu Akma is, or maybe Archgale because he's religious?
You could definitely make a religious check if you like.
Let me look.
Can I make that check?
Sure.
Yes, I would prefer you make that check.
Okay.
Yes, you definitely know about Anu Akma. Let me see what I can tell you here. Is there anything specific you're trying to know? Let me ask that first.
Let me take a read here.
I can just give you sort of like the general overview, of course.
Yeah, I would like that, but more specifically, I want to know the blessing. What is either how you get the blessing or what it actually does, etc.
Okay, that's going to be probably not something you can get just from a religion check. That's going to be a bit more of like secreted information. But yes, I can definitely give you some information here, quite a bit based on your 26. So Anu Akma is also known as the names Anubis, Hades, and Hell. God of the underworld, judge of the dead and guardian of tombs, guide of the people of Kem, purifier of souls, preserver of the worthy, king of jackals, and patron of the gnolls and ghouls. He's associated with the domains of death, justice, and travel. He is lawful aligned. His followers' favored weapons tend to be flails and scythes. He's associated with the golden sands of the southern deserts, and it says he guards the tombs of royalty, stands against the scourges of age, madness, and the evil undead. Deep underground, his worship as Akma Apophis, or Apophis, takes a darker turn, so he's a bit stretched out, you might say. Typically, the people who worship him are the elderly, ghouls, and gnolls. And the southern royal dynasties are very much associated with him. And his symbol is the golden ankh and a golden scythe. Yeah, that's probably about as much as I can give you for now.
Can I have some of that in writing?
Yes, I'm going to send this separately to you, though. This is kind of just a page right out of the world book, so I'm going to give you just like a print off.
Oh, okay. Thank you.
And this might be a little bit small, but hopefully you'll be able to see it.
So he's the god of the undead, or not undead, but he's the god of death and protects against undead.
I don't think we can see it right now. I would ask her to show us like on a map where this is, and if it's on the actual world map, if you could point it out. I don't think it is though. The specifically talking about the like the Sulphur Sea. It says like proximity to the Sulphur Sea, pure city of Vandercool, any of that stuff.
So those things are both underground, so they won't appear on a map. But I can show you like where the Southlands are if you like.
Sure. Yep.
All right, so pull up your world map. We'll find this together. It should be pretty easy.
Okay, one sec. That's in the Discord campaign world, right?
Yes, if you haven't favorited it already, it should certainly be there. Let me find it.
Okay, yeah, I got it.
All right, the Southlands, okay. I believe, is referred to the area. So I know it's by Seawall. Yeah, there's the desert. See my familiarity with Kobold Press here. So yes, I'm noticing down in the area, we start getting a lot of more Egyptian type names, and I'm sure it's in this area down here. Seawall, yes, there it is. All right, so if you scroll near the bottom of your map, Seawall down there's just west of the the White Sea, a little bit inland. If you notice the Lotus Road, Shadow Road or Fey Road, it's going to be a little bit west of that, southwest of the
Okay.
Heriac Hills, a little bit south of the Sarkarian Desert. So yeah, it's down basically in the sandy part of the world.
Gotcha. Okay. Yep. Quite a ways away.
Yes, indeed. Yep, and as you're expressing that exact sentiment, Yarrow will sort of nod, and he will mention that from here to Seawall is nearly 3,000 miles. So yes, he strongly suggests the Shadow Road would be a much better way to go.
I guess we're going back on the Shadow Road. We might need a guide again.
I don't know
What
about
province
her
is that?
though.
What do you mean?
She yelled at me. Like, what the heck? I'm paying you, lady.
Don't worry about it, Snowflake. You'll be fine.
All right.
Wait. I'm trying to follow all of this. So we need to seek out potentially one of this blessing so that we can be protected. The Pure City is called that because of its proximity to, like, I assume the worshippers of this as well, ironically, but because of the location to its sulfur sea.
If that was a question for Treehild or Yara, please rephrase. I was kind of listening to that, but I'm not sure I followed the exact question.
It was more a question to everyone. I'm trying to get my bearing straight on that.
So super summarizing, what I can say is in Seawall, there are experts there known as the Gravebinders, and they have a lot of mastery over the undead. So you guys are proposing heading to the Pure City of Andakul to try to rescue the Archduke. And of course, if you go into an Empire of the Ghouls, hey, I just said the name of the campaign, but if you go down there, that's quite dangerous to be around a ton of undead. So she's suggesting, Treehill Shartspike, that if you go speak with these Gravebinders in Seawall, they may have some expert level knowledge that allow you to basically walk through there unhindered, whether that means it hides your living presence from the undead, makes you seem like you're undead to them, so you blend in, something along those lines. She's suspecting that these Gravebinders there may have some specialized knowledge that would benefit you in this task.
Okay, got it. Meaning that we would need to travel there and then back to the Empire.
Correct. Yeah. So none of the Gravebinders have been here for a long time, is what she said. So to speak to one of them, you'd have to go to their homeland down there in Seawall, in the Southlands, and then hopefully find one of them and learn their secrets, and yeah, then potentially head to the Pure City of Andakul. But again, you're not sure exactly where that is, but you know it's underground.
Okay.
Yeah, and the only reasonable way to get there is probably with one of these Fey roads because it's so far away. It's 3,000 miles overland.
Wow, that's going to be quite the journey, and we just purely have to hope that the Archduke is okay.
Well, these roads are, they don't work the same way. It might take us, 5 minutes to get there.
That's true, if we are lucky. I do have a question for the lady here. For Treehild.
Sure.
I'm going to ask what she knows about the name Radomir Marrow-blight, as we've killed Vukas, and it seems like he's going to play some kind of part in all of this.
Yes, I think you asked me about him last time I spoke with you in Gristle. He is the High Priest of Vardasane.
Do you have anything more specific than that?
Like what? You want to know what food he eats? People!
How about, what was his role in the wedding? We noticed that there was a letter that he sent there. I don't know if you would know this, but just what he would benefit from with such a thing. In fact, I will even tell her what this blood wedding is about the three gods that it was supposed to maybe unite of some sort. Marina, Vardasay, and Chernobog. And yeah, all
It
that.
sounds like you're asking for his plans and what he's plotting and conspiring and that kind of things. And I can't say I know that, but it's not good. I can say that for sure. Being a high priest and being a ghoul, you can suspect it's got to be something to do with magics, dark magics, most likely to make the undead more powerful or somehow bring power to them or make them more of them. Anything that's evil that brings power to the empire of the ghouls, that's what he would want.
Do you know what business he would have taking the Archduke? Is there like some family magic or something that would be unlocked by, exploring his mind?
Well, he would gain all of the tactical benefits that the court in exile is planning to do to retake the homeland.
You notice Treehill nods at this. Yes, that's gotta be it. Imagine if the forces of Krakovar can then claim the court in exile and squash any bits of hope. That land is already very dark and depressing, but if they are able to destroy the court in exile, there will be no hope for a reclamation to bring back the light to that land. Who's to say where they will stretch out from there?
Well, then we probably need to get a move on.
I have one more thing. Last time we traveled through here to Carrieson, we found a drawing of the Archduke as like a wanted poster, but we didn't see any other drawings of the other people on the council. We didn't see the queen, we didn't see the old dude, or that other girl. He was targeted specifically of the four. Why just him and not the others?
I presume. Oh,
Nope, yep, go ahead. If you got an idea, I want you to speak up first.
okay, I was going to say, I presume it's because he's the heir. And so killing him means they don't really have to do anything.
You will notice she nods. I'm sure that plays a part of it. And if I can also say, the Archduke is kind of an arrogant puss. He puts his name and his face out there and thinks no harm's going to come to him. It's much easier finding that kind of a person. The rest of the court in exile are probably a little more circumspect in their ongoings, and they're more careful, and it's harder to find and track them.
Hey, he's not arrogant nor a quote-unquote puss. I'll have you know I fought side by side with the man. He's brave and honorable.
She picks up another pickled egg and just starts chowing on it.
Can I have one of those?
Mine!
But those type of people are easy to crack, too.
Or they're really hard. If he's that stubborn, he might last a little while. Well, I guess we should head back to the Fey Road then. Because I assume just heading straight there into the heart of the Empire would basically be suicide without any protection.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You'd all die. Sorry to interrupt you. You would all die if you all went there.
You notice Treehill turns and looks towards you, Runak. They would all die, so would you. You think your little halfling butt can hide from them? They would find you.
Yeah, I'm sure. I have ways of disguising myself, though.
He's lucky sometimes, but his luck would run out. You're right.
You definitely notice Yarrow Whitebeard is watching you pretty closely as well now, Runak, kind of taking stock of you and looking you up and down.
Well, should we get going? We don't have time to waste.
Let's do it. Let's be heroes.
Yeah!
Yeah, do we need any supplies before we leave?
Maybe some rations. We don't know how long we're going to be gone.
Jarl Waitbeard, we could certainly supply you with some rations.
You're most kind.
You take on a very dangerous task, and it will benefit all of us. The whole land, I might so suspect. So a few rations are easy to part with. Will, say, 10 be sufficient, or do you need more?
I like my trail mix with M&Ms.
Regular or peanut?
Sure.
Peanut.
All right, he'll have 20 rations actually prepped then and hand them over to you guys. Hopefully that is beneficial. Anything else here in the Black Fortress you're wanting to do?
What time of day is it?
It's later in the day, maybe say 4 p.m., 5 p.m., somewhere in that time frame.
Maybe we should take a long rest. I would like to.
No.
I would like to remedy one mistake I've made. Unless I would need to change my spells, as I still have gentle repose.
We're gonna probably sleep once we get in there, huh?
That's true. It did take quite a while last time, so. All right, let's do it. Let's get a move on.
All right, Jarl Whitebeard wishes you well as you exit the area of the study, exit the Black Fortress, and make the 1-hour march back to the north. You do indeed find the arch without too much effort, maybe spending 20 minutes extra sort of searching for it, centering your location, tracking it down. You don't see any signs of Selvin at the moment.
She said she would stay for like a day. Maybe we should wait.
I might know how to open it. I understood what she said.
Do we want to go without a guide? Do we know where we're going?
I think we should at least find out if she knows where where that place is, if she knows how to get there.
Yeah, I agree. I will take out my lute and start playing some music, because maybe that will, if she's somewhere nearby, she could hear it.
I remember she ran up the hill or something. I'll see if I can track her.
Okay, survival check there for that effort, Glory. Yeah, you find some tracks, and they seem to be leading the hill. You could certainly follow them if you wish.
I'll follow him for a little bit. She went this way.
We'll follow with Glory.
All right, you
Sure.
follow them slowly, spending about 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 15 minutes. You see that they are kind of leading away from the hills and more into a bit of a forested area, essentially northwest away from the foothills. Are you continuing to follow them into the forest?
Oh, look at Lod. What do you think?
Yeah, I think we should. Or, well, maybe we can call out. Maybe, play some music here, too. I'll, play a song or something. See if, she hears it nearby.
All right, so I assume that means you're kind of holding up here for like a minute or two while you play and try to play loud music?
Yep.
Okay, so after a couple of minutes, sure enough, yeah, you will see she emerges from deeper into the forest. She looks, spots you, and you see she then puts her bow over her back, and she will step out, looking at you carefully, and she'll say, "Oh, already back?"
Yeah, we find out we gotta go way to the south, and the Fey Roads are the way there. To Seawall.
She'll nod slowly. Okay, we'll have to wait until the morning to reopen the road, though.
I mean, if we must, okay.
I will meet you back by the arch in just a couple of hours. I'm still doing some hunting here.
Okay. We'll go back to the group and let them know.
She will turn back into the forest.
Go and relay that information to the group.
All right. If there's nothing special you guys are wanting to do during this time, sure enough, a couple of hours later, she will emerge climbing back up the hills. She will approach, looking up at the sky, and she'll say, "Yes, we'll have to do this early in the morning. We have to only open the road at certain times of day. That's how this operates. So it looks like it will be early in the morning. Get yourself some rest."
Okay. And I'll start conjuring the hut.
I would like to change my spells.
You can
Which
do
I think
that
I need
once
to
you
announce that. Or do I need to do it once I complete it, or do I need to announce my intent now?
just once you complete it.
Okay.
All right, you will notice that Sullivan climbs atop the arch. She's kind of sitting on it as she's dangling her feet overhead. She's got her bow resting in her lap, and she's just kind of looking in the direction of the northwest away from the arch. All right, all of you packing in the tiny hut?
Yes.
How many people does it fit again?
It's like 9 because it's.
Oh yeah, that's right. I just remember there was some challenge, but that was because we had the Amazon warriors with us too. So,
Yeah, the Hodra. Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, it's a 10-foot radius, so it should be 9 squares when you do it.
All right, so it sounds like everybody's packing on in the hut. So we'll fast forward a bit of time here as you guys waste away some additional hours in this day, get to the night, probably a recasting of the hut, and then sleep away into the morning. Those of you that are awake, just kind of watching, you will notice that Sullivan jumps down from the top of the arch and kind of like scouts around a bit, you might say, against essentially getting out of your line of sight. You will, if you are up for any period of time, you'll spot her, maybe 20 minutes later, 30 minutes later. She's kind of doing a big circle seemingly around this encampment. All right, and yeah,
Everything okay?
she will just kind of look towards you, but not give you any kind of signal, unless you're calling from inside the hut, which of course she can't see you. But if you're stepping out of the hut and saying that, she'll just kind of look at you and then just continue her rounds. All right, but yeah, you
Will
guys.
we get a long rest?
Yep, it does arrive to the morning, so you guys can go ahead and apply a long rest. All right, as the morning comes and the sun is first starting to rise here, you'll see she looks towards the arch and she'll say, "And where is it that we are heading this time?"
To Seawall.
Seawall is quite a long journey. My fee will be higher for this one. Let's say 50 gold.
What about 40?
Give me a persuasion check. The path to Seawall can be a bit hectic. How about this? 40 gold for now, but if it ends up taking us more than 7 days, then it becomes 50.
That sounds fair to me.
That sounds fair.
And then you'll see she
Deal.
holds her hand out. 40 gold.
I'll start counting it out from the bag of holding. Hand it over.
All right, she will collect that as she glances at it to confirm the number, and then places that in her belongings. Then she will say, "This will be a long journey, as I already said. Let us make sure that we are prepared and ready. I would be very careful with making sure that you're prepared each time. Some of you may be used to just kind of going bold and casting your spells and using up quite a bit of them, but it may be quite some time before you have a chance to get a relaxing and restful rest, you might say. So be conservative.
Got it.
Good advice, guide.
All right, you will notice she repeats the same prayer, saying the same words as before as she touches upon the arch. And much like before, you'll notice a little bit of twistingness inside the gap of the blank space inside of the arch. And then you'll notice she motions with her hand and says, all right, go ahead and enter.
I'll do so.
Lod, did you do the same musician stuff and all that?
Yeah, I'll do it like every long rest, so it should be 13 temp HP for everybody but Caliban. And then does anybody not have inspiration right now? Okay, sounds like everybody's got it. So.
Nope.
All right, as you guys step on in, you find yourself back in the same similar dimension that you were previously, with this very dark atmosphere and the seemingly constant cloud cover emitted through this area and pushing around. You see this long road that stretches out before you. You look backwards thinking that must be the way we came from previously, and while it looks similar, you can't say that it's exact. You will notice that Sullivan points her boots to the direction away from the way that you guys previously came, and she says, onward, and starts moving. And that, guys, is where we'll go ahead and pause tonight's session. We'll pick up again next week. Hope you guys enjoyed this session. As mentioned, the next one's likely to be pretty action-packed, so I hope you guys are ready for that. All right, guys, good one. I hope everybody has a great night.
Hey, thanks, Adam. Appreciate it.
Nice.
Thanks,
Thank you.
everybody. See ya.
Bye, everybody.
Have a good night.